Artie, I got a question for you. Really, a serious question. Now, you talk about... Shut that off, all right? Seriously, shut it off. No, I want it off, because this is something that shouldn't be... I want to ask... Shut the fucking thing off!
Ladies and gentlemen, we present to you The Ronnie Mund Show.
Well, he's 5'6", but he still does security. A player with the women, despite a gray goatee. Yeah, the little Jew jeans got an attitude. Some say he's feisty or just downright rude. He's got a gray suit with a turtleneck, keeping whack packers all in check. We call him old man like he's 84. He's driving a limo shouting, "Let's fuck some hoes!" He's Ronnie Mund and it's a Ronnie Mund Show. He's Ronnie Mund and it's a Ronnie Mund Show. He's Ronnie Mund and it's the Ronnie Mund Show. He's Ronnie Mund and it's the Ronnie Mund Show.
What the fuck, man? What's your problem?
What's up, you Mund maniacs? I'm Richard.
And I'm Sal. Welcome back to the show.
I had enough of this camera bullshit. I swear to God, now I had enough.
Leading off this episode, we find Ronnie in yet another one of his little predicaments, as comparisons to a tiny celebrity guest leave Ronnie piping mad.
All right, we got to bring in Vern.
Oh, you're not meeting me?
No. Oh. Shut up, asshole.
Ronnie Stunt Double's here today. Vern Troyer.
Why do you think that's funny?
I didn't know Vern Troyer had a smaller twin brother.
You don't know why? I'm talking to Gaines.
I heard of Mini Mund.
Good.
Mini Mund.
I don't find that funny. Fuck yourself, too. Yeah, sign this fucking thing for fucking charity, please.
Ron?
Can I sign this motherfucker as Mini Mund?
Buddy?
Can I write Mini Mund?
Al?
Don't be a douchebag. Just fucking sign it.
Sorry, I gotta scratch my balls. It's about time for a shave. They're getting hairy.
Asshole.
Mini Mund has mega attitude.
Two of you. Go suck my cock.
Little man, big attitude.
Fuck yourself.
Ronnie Mund, little man, big attitude.
You jackass.
Little man, big attitude.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's fucking nuts.
Will you stop with the fucking signs? Jesus Christ.
What happened to the sign on your back?
There is no sign on my back.
Is there anything on his back? Turn around. There's nothing on his back.
It never got on my back. Greg?
There's nothing on there.
Well, I saw it.
It never made it on my back, though. I know you saw it because you were in there with your buddy Sal, probably.
He got it on your back.
No, he didn't.
Oh, you met the great Ronnie Mund? You have.
I saw it on your back.
How did you see it on my back? There was a cross. No, he tried to put it on my back. Scott, I saw what you dropped on the floor.
What I dropped?
Mini Mund. Get the hell out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
Okay, watch the tape.
Are we here at the great Ronnie Mund? Are we here at the great Ronnie Mund?
Oh, Mini Mund, when will you learn to accept your little body?
That'll happen as soon as he ditches those 3-inch lifts on his shoes.
Look at the lifts on the heels in the back of that.
That's the way the shoes are made.
Come on, dude.
Fuck you, cocksucker.
That guy's got the footwear collection of a teenage girl.
And the phone habits of one. Ronnie is always on the horn.
What's wrong with making a phone call? I can't make a phone call now?
Check out yet another one of Ronnie's important phone calls while on the job.
I'm not saying anything terrible. I can talk on the phone.
And since we're not sure what the other party is saying, let us fill you in on the details.
Whatever. You know what?
I know you. You're no actor. You're not acting for any camera.
Please, don't give me no shit now, okay? Hello?
Hi, I'm Mark. What's up, fuckface?
Nothing.
Go fuck yourself, dickhead. Ball bag.
What's that?
Open ears, jackass. What's up, shit pipe?
Really? How
I
many?
just farted. I have black cock fell out of my ass.
Are you kidding me?
And now, let's take a look at a segment we like to call As the Mund Turns.
Fun Tunes.
The only one that ever gave me
Eye to Four Eye with Howard's Mushmouth media producer.
What's the matter? You can't fucking talk to me?
Oh no, I thought that was your bit. You can't talk to me.
No, you asked Greg if I made a face. He asked me if I made a face. Yeah, I made a face at you. You're an asshole.
And as we begin this two-part saga, it's obvious that Ronnie and JD's relationship is mired in miscommunication.
Yeah, okay, Mr. fucking bullshit fucking personality over here. Go away. JD, get the fuck out of here, all right? Seriously. You're a moron.
That's all.
You're a fucking moron. And it's plain English.
But no matter what young JD says, Ronnie's paranoia has taken over his tiny frame. As he's convinced that JD is the prime instigator behind each and every Ronnie-related taunt.
Oh, stupid asshole. Little fucking instigator bitch down there.
Me?
Getting behind the wall.
How am I instigating stuff?
Go away. Just go away. If I had the skills of you, JD, I'd be a fucking star right now. But I don't have the skills of you. I'm just a fucking asshole sitting in Scott's fucking room, okay?
I'm trying to have a creative conversation.
I'm not as fucking great as you.
Because you yelled at me earlier.
I don't have the skills and ability that JD Armaya has.
Now,
fucking whore.
Perhaps it's their difference in educational background, preventing them from reaching common ground.
Think I'm stupid? This is a college graduate.
I actually didn't graduate college. I got an associate's degree from a sort of technical school.
You didn't go to college?
Where did you go to college?
I didn't go to college. I never said I did.
Okay, you just got everything.
I went to community college for 1 year, okay? Are you happy with that? Are you happy?
I went to community college for a week.
Fucking ass.
By Richard and Sal for his leprechaun-themed turtleneck, it's clear that JD is the only one who truly makes him see red.
What are you laughing at?
Damn it! JD's got to get a bodyguard.
I was just standing in the hall.
Yeah, standing with that stupid smirk. Get the fuck out of here.
I can't stand and look and smirk.
And when JD attempts to smooth things over, Mr. Limo Driver wants no part of it.
Would you like to apologize for almost injuring me?
No. Absolutely not.
Either way, it's abundantly clear that this quarrel isn't ending anytime soon.
see how it is trying to, like, just have a conversation with Ronnie?
I don't want to have a conversation with you.
So, as JD leaves dejected, we can't help but wonder, will Ronnie ever be at peace with young JD?
You're not okay, and I'm not okay with you.
Will he catch JD in the act of instigation? Will this pole dance lover turned pole tosser be able to stop his violent tirades against Howard's timid TiVo guy?
Look at your face, and then you'll know why I want to cut your throat.
Find out next time on
Hope Ronnie decides to go easy on JD. He's really being unfair to that mush mouth.
Not me. I'm always down for some nerd bashing.
I wish I was as cool as you.
And who better than old man Ronald? That guy's a legend. And speaking of legendary moments, it's time for
Great Moments in Stern Security History.
On a Tuesday morning in mid-June, Howard Stern and Artie Lang's appetites were growing more ravenous by the minute. Meanwhile, outside of the studio, there was only one man capable of satisfying the king of all media and his portly sidekick's hunger, Ronnie Mund. With his ability to transfer and separate sandwiches into 2 separate bags, Mund displayed a calm and cool demeanor that only an undersized security guard in a pinstripe suit could. And as he began his triumphant march toward the studio door, the loudmouth limo driver knew a seemingly impossible task lay ahead of him. Maneuvering his way into the crowded room full of bright lights and co-workers alike, Ronnie shut out all obstacles and put his fancy footwork to use, persevering until the 2 low-fat grilled chicken sandwiches had reached their destination. And while Ronnie may have slipped past his distracted co-workers unnoticed, we say thank you, Ronald. Your commitment to bringing healthy sustenance to funny radio personalities is unparalleled. Stand tall, stand proud, Mr. Mund. Your actions rank among the top in great moments in Stern security history.
no average-sized guard could possibly maneuver low-fat sandwiches the way he does.
I'm getting them right now, okay? You just fucking got here.
Sir Ronald, we salute you.
Now let's get back inside Ron's head with another segment of
Mundane Thoughts with Ronnie Mund.
I wonder if I should sing karaoke this year at my block party. Sing karaoke? Are you out of your mind? Do you remember the Hopey Copey? Don't sing, you moron! Fuck that guy! Everybody loved the Hopey Copey! You were a sensation! Ricky Man sings at all block parties! Yeah! Sensation? You were the laughing stock of the whole block party! First you jumped in the bouncy house, and then you sang Hopey Copey? Don't be a moron! What are you talking about, the bouncy house? Ronnie, you were small enough to play in there with all the other little kids! You were a smash! Fuck this guy! I'm begging you, for once, act your age. Play a little pinochle, dance to some Lawrence Welk like a normal senior citizen would. Fuck this guy! Take those pinochle cards and shove them right up Lawrence Welk's ass! We're doing the Hopey Copey! Yeah, I'm gonna be the star of my block party. Singing Hopey Copey and doing karaoke.
Who would have thought Ronnie was facing such inner turmoil? Certainly not me. Now let's get out of Ronnie's head and onto the pavement. Yes, folks, it's time for more of Ronnie on the Street.
It's Ronnie on the street, Ronnie on the street, Ronnie on the street, Ronnie on the street. He's so cute and just over 5 feet. So come and join Ronnie on the street, yeah!
Hey, it's Richard and Sal, and we're back with another edition of Ronnie on the Street. And today we're going to ask people, what nationality do they think this little whippersnapper is? Hi, how are you, ma'am?
Very well, thank you.
So you see this little guy right here? What nationality do you think he is?
Probably, he looks like a cross between a German or a very unhappy American.
Russian.
Something Middle Eastern of some kind.
This looks like a little bit Irish and Spanish mix.
I guess Italian would have been the first one.
Greek or Italian.
Looks like an old Italian motherfucker.
What makes you think that?
Because the way he's dressed.
His dress, wearing his look.
He looks like an old mobster, that's why.
I know, just has that fucking arrogant look on his face.
Now, would you be surprised if we told you he's Jewish?
He's not. Is he really?
Now, are you ready for a big shock?
What, he's Polish?
He's Jewish.
Let me holla at him real quick.
Okay.
What's his last name?
Mund.
I'd believe it.
He's really Jewish? Wow, I'm impressed. Really? Is he really Jewish?
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
You think he looks Jewish?
Not really.
I think he's afraid to look Jewish.
Why do you think he has such an intimidating look? Do you think he's doing that to hide the fact that he's Jewish?
No, probably because he's so short. I think he's small, he's short, he probably has a small dick.
Why do you think he doesn't want to look Jewish?
Who wants to look Jewish?
He's kind of like a Guido Jew. I would say a Guido Jew.
A Jew-gene.
A Jew-gene.
Do you think by him trying to look Italian, he's more appealing to women?
No. I don't think so. Oh, no, not at all.
You think he's got that tough guy attitude?
I think he wishes he had that tough guy attitude.
You think he's trying to toughen up?
Yeah. And Italians kind of have an image of being cooler, you know?
Right.
People stereotype Jewish people too much, you know?
What do you think of Jews?
I had no problem with them.
Right.
They never bothered me. They're not as bad as those Jehovah's Witnesses, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it seems a lot of people are confused about Ronnie's nationality. Yep. But I think there's one thing we can all agree on. He's an asshole.
Ronnie on the street, yeah!
Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode, full of Mund madness.
But there's plenty more madness to come.
Yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
So don't miss the next episode, or we'll sick a 5'7" bodyguard on you.
Don't make the old man throw his back out, okay?
Ooh!
I'm scared.
Okay, here we go.
Ronnie on the street. Ron, I can't hear myself. What the fuck are you doing? Here we go. Ready? Fuck face, hit it. It's Ronnie on the street. Ronnie on the street. Ronnie on the street. Ronnie on the street. He's so cute and just over 5 feet. So come and that's one. So come and join. Jesus, my first take. It's Ronnie on the street. Am I taping? So come and join Ronnie on the street. Yeah. I just gotta fix that part. So come and join Ronnie on the street, yeah! I just fucked up that so come and join. Does this sound good? So come and, Ronnie on the street, Ronnie on the street. Right, so cute and just all, hit it again. Ronnie on the street, Ronnie on the street. Ronnie on the street, all right, dude. So come and join Ronnie on the street, yeah! That was good, right?
I don't know if I'd call it good, but it'll work.
Right. Especially for this dog shit episode. Get the fuck out of here, you and your fucking... Leave her out of here. You and your songs and your movies and your Ronnie shows.
Get the fuck out of here.
Alan.
Hi.
I've been listening to you for 20 years. I have one question for you. I've never heard anyone else ask you. Have you ever lied on the air for someone you loved?
I can't think of a specific example, but I'm sure there are. I would have no problem lying for someone I love.
Okay. That's all I wanted to know.
Thank you. Bye-bye. I have lied in my life, certainly, because I thought I'm protecting people that I love.
Yes.
And I would do it again. I have learned, however, that sometimes when I think I'm protecting someone, I'm really not, and there's no reason for me to lie. I should be straight with them. But sometimes I get caught up in trying to do the right thing, and I get overprotective, and I think, well...
Sometimes in the effort to be nice,
yeah,
you sabotage.
right. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm starting to learn, and probably too late in life, but I'm starting to learn that I could just tell people really what's going on, and if I come from a good place...
In a loving way.
In a loving way, and I tell them, it's a lot better. But I have lied many times.
Well, when you told me I look good this morning.
No, that wasn't a lie.
I appreciated that, though.
That wasn't a lie. I tell you, your makeup today is better than it's been. It is a better look for you.
I could tell that was the truth.
You look at you again and see how you're holding
All
up.
right, is
yeah,
it still working?
You look 50 fucking times better than you've ever looked today.
Really?
Yeah.
Have
what do
I
you
been
think
doing
of
that bad a job with
I
my
didn't
makeup?
say that. I didn't say you looked bad, but you look more natural with this makeup. It's a better look for you. You look prettier. That's it. Bottom line, as a man, I'm telling you, you look better.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Put it in you right now if you want.
No.
If that's what you need, you'll get it.
A little later.
Later on the show.
She's asking
in the
for it.
9 o'clock hour. You're asking for something over there.
Yeah, nobody's answering.
How's it going with that young guy, by the way, we hooked you up with?
Why do we have to talk about that?
Why is that? How's it going? Seriously, are you feeling anything for this guy, or is it just a little romp for you?
No, I like him.
You like him?
Yeah.
Does he like you in the same way, or is he just using you sexually to say, wow, I banged Robin
Please
Quivers?
use me sexually. No.
No. You think he likes you? Like as a person?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So was this going to go anywhere, you think, or you don't know? It's too early to tell.
No, I don't know.
Too early to tell.
Too early to tell.
I got to deal with this guy in my house next year.
Yes, he's anxious to spend summers with us.
Would you call him your boyfriend, or you won't?
No.
No way.
No, we're just
Do you see him a
dating.
lot?
No, I don't see
Weekends?
him a lot.
See him on the weekends or during the week?
Sometimes.
Sometimes during the week, sometimes during the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it's just whenever we can. I'm a busy girl, you know.
Well, I know. But also, you afraid to get a little too attached because he's so young?
I'm not afraid of anything.
Ooh. Is he afraid?
He doesn't seem to be afraid of anything either.
Are you dating each other exclusively? Like, if I wanted to...
I'm
I
not
said
dating
to you,
anybody exclusively.
So if I came up to you, I said, listen, there's a guy I know wants to go out with you, you'd go out with him.
If I liked him.
Right. And what about if this kid starts dating somebody? You're okay with it?
We're just dating.
Right. But you're not getting attached. I'm sure he's giving you the kill boss.
Oh,
so what's
here
going
we go.
down? Ah,
Here
come on.
we go.
You know what you're after.
Yeah, right.
You
sure.
said it on here. You said I want a young guy.
Arm.
You said on the air you want a guy who's young and you want to experience that.
I did not say that at all.
Hmm.
I need to pull a tape, Howard.
Yes.
Find that tape.
You said you wanted to have it, just to have a crazy sort of sexual thing with some young guy.
No,
That's what I
never
responded
said
to.
that. I never said that.
Do you think you have what's your dating age range? Do you think?
Oh, I'm going real young this time. I decided there's a certain point at which I've been watching people in my position, and there's a certain point at which a woman dates a ridiculously young guy and seems to be oblivious to the fact that she's dating a ridiculously young guy.
So what's the age?
And I'm going to do that.
What's the age?
Oh, 22.
Robert, you should go out and get yourself not a ridiculously inappropriate guy on every level.
Yes.
You should date
a model.
date that rapper dude from 60 Minutes. He's like 22.
Cameron.
Yeah, date Cameron. That'd be
Oh, that's totally off the charts.
And this guy's a good-looking dude. I'll admit it, man. The guy's got abs. He's got the whole fucking thing going. Remember he pulled his shirt off and he was all ripped?
He didn't pull his shirt off. That's one of the
picked his
reasons
shirt
I
up.
liked him. He didn't even pick it up.
I know what it was. He sent a picture of himself.
You had a picture of him.
Yeah.
But I never even saw that picture.
Yes, you did.
I did.
I showed it to you.
Does he have his own locker on right on cue?
What do you think's going on, guys?
I think Robin is fucking this guy.
Oh, please.
So do I.
I think Robin's fucking this guy. I think Sal's wife fucked that guy.
Oh.
Well, you want to weigh in on this?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, here we
no,
go.
but listen. Here's what's going on.
All
Here
right,
we
you
go.
know something.
My opinion, the guy's young and good looking. Robin's single. She's in the best shape she's ever been in her life. She feels good about herself, so she started to date the guy, and she thinks he's a good guy. But on top of it, it's probably great sex. You know what I mean? He's a young guy.
He's a great sex. Do you think there's a lot of pressure in this for Robin?
Pressure?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's a young guy.
You know what? I think if there is, I'm not even sure if there is sex going on, but if there is, she's just laying back and enjoying it. And,
Why do you?
And Junior better hang on.
But do you don't think a woman needs to have some sort of emotional connection to a guy to fuck him, especially a woman like Robin?
I
Yes.
think Robin's in a different state in her life right now.
Right.
I think
No,
she's very
you're wrong.
content with herself.
No, you're
I think
wrong.
she's no,
I think Robin needs to have an emotion. She tries to play hard ass on the air, but she needs to have something of an emotional connection with somebody.
Yeah, if she didn't like him at all.
Conversation like I'm not here.
Well, you're not helping the conversation. You're not answering.
If Robin didn't like the guy at all and couldn't find something to like about him on a cerebral level, she wouldn't be just fucking.
I mean,
But maybe so I'm sure she's found something, but I think she likes great sex.
She's attracted to.
Cerebral about that kid?
Oh, don't you dare!
Uh-oh.
He must
dare you?
He must be very interesting.
How dare
He seemed like a nice guy to me.
How dare you? He's exceptional.
He must be very interesting at a debate party.
Is he exceptional?
He's exceptional.
I have to say, in the short amount of time that I spoke with him, he seems to be very well read and very knowledgeable about a lot of
You had a
things.
conversation
What
with
do you
him?
read? Roast beef
Well, that
can
guy must
fly?
really like Robin.
I don't
He
think
really does.
I don't think Robin could get together with a guy if he were just a complete dumbass.
By the way,
if he were J.D. Claudia, he couldn't do it.
Dumbasses.
The guy, I don't believe that age is like someone's retarded or something. The fact of the matter is, I met the dude on the air, and he seemed like a reasonable guy.
Yes.
He handled himself well. And this isn't the easiest room in the place. But what I'm saying is Fred got to see them at Robin's house.
I have to say, he seems a little more, in terms of his speech, more mature beyond his years.
Right. What did he get on his SAT? He took it recently.
That I don't know.
What?
He should
Did he even
remember.
graduate?
Did he go to college, Robin?
Yes, he did.
What
Does he
school
have a
did
driver's
go to?
license?
I don't remember the school.
That must be a great
Was it like one of those ones like a Princeton
I
or Harvard?
really don't know what school he
Was
went
it
to. I gotta get to know him better.
NAUFBC.
So you witnessed them, and you couldn't tell if there was romance.
Look, there was certainly a connection there. Whether or not there was like serious romance going on, I think it's too early in the game for them to reveal that to anybody.
Right. He didn't
in the
call
room.
her honey or anything.
No,
like
I
that.
didn't hear anything like that.
Howard, can I ask you a question? This will settle it right here.
Go ahead.
Before you met Beth, what were you in your late 40s, right?
Right.
When you're dating at that age,
Right.
I mean, you're not waiting 2 months to have sex. Not like when you're
Hell
19.
no.
It's like pretty quickly after 2 or 3 days.
Here's a man. At the second date, I need a kiss at least.
Yeah.
I need at least a kiss. By the end of the first week, I need to be touching your titties.
Right, okay, say you went out 5 times.
And I need
5 times with a woman.
I need to put my finger inside of you after a week,
Right.
a week and a half.
No, like,
I need it. I need
to
it.
get you in a
At
headlock
a week
naked.
and a half.
Right.
You know, at that
But
age.
you're seeing somebody every day. You're like a
Right.
Mr. Intensity
All right,
dater.
say it's once a week for 5 weeks.
Go ahead.
Okay, so once a week for 5 weeks. At the end of the 5th week,
Then I want to be on third base by the fifth week.
least?
Yeah.
Better be
least.
Bukkake.
Honestly, by the end of the fifth week, I want my finger inside.
yeah. I want my fingers wet. I get it.
By the end,
And I want you playing with my penis. And I want you playing with my penis with your hand.
By the end of the 6th week, we're making blumpkin pie.
But Howard,
We're at Artie's.
you touched upon this the other day. Again, at that stage of your life, and not to
There's
be
no
disgusting-
time for
No,
games.
if you're using your finger and she's using her hand, you're already going. You're not stopping there. You know what I mean? Like you're already
Nah,
moving.
You could be, but I need the minimal that.
But once you get to that,
the resistance is almost futile.
yeah, the wall has gotten thin.
Right. No, listen, there's not a naive part of me in this situation. I know Robin's having sex with this guy. I know
You
it.
can know whatever you think you
I'm
know.
just telling you I know it.
And by the way, there's nothing wrong with
And there's nothing wrong with that. You're a grown woman. He's a grown man. And why not? What would be the delay?
I love that.
Is he
after
fully
all,
grown?
No.
I love that after all these years of Robin breaking our balls about being C-struck and everything else, that she's no different than any dude.
Right.
I love how you say that, and that's ridiculous.
And she's working real hard to keep her body thin and stuff because she knows this young guy's looking at it naked.
Listen, if you
and
put
she
that,
wants it to look
you
good.
put
I
that much
understand
work,
that.
If you put that much work into what she's done, this should be a payoff.
You'd be ashamed when you were in your old kind of shape to be naked in front of this guy, wouldn't you?
I was ashamed to be naked in front of anybody.
Right. Now you feel good when you take your clothes off in front of this kind of guy.
Can't wait.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I'm at that stage. You're embarrassed to be naked by yourself.
Right.
Yeah, Greg.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Robin, you're still flirting with me a little bit.
Greg, what is this Greg?
Yeah.
Greg from Howard TV?
Yeah, what's going on?
Boy, he's dynamic on the phone.
She's still flirting with you?
I still have
Oh, is she ever?
There's something with those two. I'm telling you. He digs it. And I think she.
If you're with this guy, oh, you're saying you're not emotionally attached to this new guy, huh?
I didn't say I wasn't emotional. I like him very much.
Right.
I think she likes Greg better.
Why are you flirting with Greg, though? What do you have? What do you
I
hoping?
like Greg.
You want that to happen, too?
No. No.
You gotta get rid of frosted tips over there first.
What?
That guy doesn't seem like the man's man you really want.
Yeah, I like Greg better.
Greg's very competitive with Mark for some
Yeah,
reason.
but Greg, you're not doing anything
Yeah,
about
Greg
it.
never really makes a move.
Well, Robin said when we talked about it that she just likes to flirt and that it would be too awkward if anything happened between them.
She's being demure.
I said that?
So you're saying that's just like a subtle...
No, she wants you to ask her out.
Look up demure, dopey.
You're being a
You're
pussy.
supposed to take charge.
I'm totally not being a pussy.
If you want her, then she's ready. She's giving you all the signals.
You're not being a what? What have you done?
Well, what's going on with this guy? And you were dating Jim Florentine.
So what?
You're
So she's saying she'd go out with you, too. She's
So
not
you're watching
exclusive.
the parade go by, Greg.
All right. I'm going to have to step up.
You want to go out with her?
I would.
Ask her out now.
Robin, would you like to go out sometime?
Now, why are you guys always putting me on the spot? Greg, if you want to go out with me, you have to ask me off the air.
Does Greg want to be in show
That ain't a no.
Does Greg want to be in show?
No, I have no desire to be.
Fuck you, Artie.
I'm fucking around.
Greg, you walk up to her and you say, hey, Robin, I'm free Friday night. What about you? Say it now to her.
Yeah.
What's night you want to go out
I
with her?
told you I'm not doing this
I
on the
will.
air.
I will come up to you off the air then.
And Greg, are you free to work elsewhere when this is over?
Oh, yeah, that's the other
I was
thing.
going to say, yeah,
Hey,
you
buddy,
really
I
should
need a
quit
guy to run
this
my video
show.
at my shows.
And no camera when you ask her either.
No,
That's
definitely
right.
not.
Yeah.
But I do agree with Gary, though. You did say on the air that you want a young guy that can really perform. And
I never said
You
that.
did.
I got to go get the.
Don't embarrass her, but she did.
All right, whatever you guys say.
that guy doesn't seem like the right one for that, then.
Why don't you go to Jason's wedding with
All
Robin?
I know is he stepped up, Greg.
Ooh.
Greg, I've seen this guy. I think you might need to go to the gym a little more.
He comes up here with those shitty cupcakes and moves in on Greg's action.
Someone told me.
Greg's been fighting with me.
Someone
now.
told me Jared called you to hang out.
Jared called me to hang out. Yeah.
When's that going on?
I'm not.
You said no?
I was on a date when I got the call.
Man, you are juggling
Who
guys.
were you dating with? This
You know what I
the
mean?
guy, the dude, Mark? Whatever. You were dating him, and then Jared,
and Jared called.
Are you going to go out with Jared?
Jared and I have plans to hang out.
What are you going to do?
Not anything. You know, we're just going to go out bar hopping and stuff with a bunch of friends.
Really?
You gonna
Yeah, he's going to be like our escort.
You going to fuck him?
No.
What?
No.
No?
Who's he going to fuck in the group, though? He's going to fuck somebody.
Well, that's their business.
What is it, Ralph?
Gary's right. You know, Robin is just like blinded by her horniness. I mean, the pattern is she breaks up with Mr. X, and then all of a sudden she's with Florentine, and like
That was a year.
Florentine's like a genius. He's this guy. Nobody. And then she breaks up with Florentine. 2 days later, she's with this guy, and he's exceptional.
2 days later, I love this stuff.
You're out of your mind, Ralph. That's not how it went down.
First of all, Ralph is
Just
upset.
just say you're
Hold
attracted to him,
it.
you want to fuck him. You
Ralph.
don't have to say he's like.
She wants a connection with someone.
Ralph,
He doesn't need a connection.
say the truth. He gets upset every time I'm occupied with anybody but him because he doesn't get to go wherever I go.
I know that feeling.
That's true.
No.
Yeah, both of you jilted me. You worse, Howard. Robin's like a chick.
I dump Ralph the second I get a girl.
I know. But
Oh, yeah.
I always take
like
you back.
yesterday, I
Ralph.
said you want to go do something. You're like, oh, you're just trying to stalk me.
No, you wanted to do something with me. You knew I was taking the guys out Thursday night. I didn't invite you.
No, I wanted to go to see Don Rickles with you.
I'm doing that already.
Yeah. All right. So you don't say, so you say, oh, hey, let's do that. No, you go, oh, I'm doing that already. Fuck you.
Well,
No,
you know, by the same
I
token,
wasn't
Ralph,
planning on going with you. I'm taking my girl.
you didn't call me about Don Rickles.
Well, I was gonna, but you don't call me back
Here we go.
because you're busy fucking this guy.
Oh, please.
Why don't you fuck Robin, Ralph?
No, Ralph and I should never try attempt anything like that.
You're attracted to Ralph, though, right?
Ralph and I love each other.
Yeah, but you
so
know
why
what?
not do him?
Currently, he's out of her demographic.
That's true.
Yeah,
He's a
I'm
little
way
too old for me.
her.
I got news for you, Robin. I'm 30 sit-ups away from this young Mark kid. I'll be in there. And let me tell you something else.
You don't make any moves, Artie, until you see other people after me. So you just be quiet too.
Yeah, and Greg's a lot of talk. I mean, if you're gonna
absolutely. Greg is all talk.
Do you have any tape of you and this new kid with exceptional conversation about politics?
Yeah, he's exceptional.
You're so ridiculous.
Well, and then, Robin, there's the healthcare issue.
You're so ridiculous. Fred had a very intellectual conversation with him.
You know what he was talking
about. You like the guy. You would have to like the. You're not going to go just fuck some guy you don't like. Girls don't do that.
I think Robin does.
No, I don't think Robin does.
I think if she's very much attracted to him, she would get over him being dumb.
No,
Ralph is right. I have screwed some dumb guys because they were good looking, but not lately.
All right,
you got to get back to that. Right?
Like we make sure a chick's got a 140 IQ before
well,
we
that's what I resent about you guys. No vetting at all.
What's the vet?
First, Howard's a better man than me. He didn't fuck that chick because she said the N-word. I'd fuck a chick while she was burning a cross.
That chick was crazy. You would not have effed her.
Really?
She was hot, but boy, she was crazy.
The N-word.
You walk out of a club and she starts fighting with a black guy and calling him the N-word.
Yeah.
You know, there's going to be trouble. You get started with her.
Is this person famous or no?
The chick? No.
Yeah, I thought it was Dina Lohan.
She was a young model. She was starting her modeling career here in New York. You could see why. She was beautiful. I got caught up in it for 2 seconds, and then when I walk out of the club and she starts calling this guy the N-word.
Or she could be a great fuck.
I'm like, I got to get the hell away from her about as fast as I can.
Well, you're famous.
Just off the farm.
You're famous. That's bad to be seen with. But if you weren't famous, could you? I mean, a chick like that, look, you don't agree with her, but you fuck her and you get rid of her.
Maybe you fuck her because of that.
Exactly. So when I fuck a chick, it's a penalty.
Bang the N-word out of her.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
So thank you, Ralph.
Thank you.
I could fuck a hot chick while she was calling my grandfather a dumb guinea.
Gary, what kind of things have you seen go on between Greg and Robin in the hallways?
Just a lot of flirting, But Robin gets giddy and giggly. It's like a nervous reaction. When she's feeling something like she gets laughy and giggly, and she smiles and she walks away and then she comes back and goes another thing. It's just a body language.
And what about Greg? Does he get all giddy?
I spoke to Greg about it off the air. He's he's a little freaked out by it because I think that he digs Robin, but I think he's intimidated by her fame, even though he works with her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You think he would actually go out with her?
Yeah, I think he'd hit that.
But don't you think that could end badly?
Hey, I know it could.
So Greg, you and Robin, what's gonna happen, dude?
I don't know. This issue won't die, man. I don't know.
Are you gonna give her a call?
I guess what Gary said at the end of the segment really scared me. Are you prepared to look for a new job? Because the answer to that is no. I could just see it getting really, really awkward afterwards. But I don't know. I mean, the issue doesn't seem to die, and Robin's an attractive woman. There's an age gap, but I don't know. I guess the thing that got me back into this whole issue again was that she still flirts with me in the hallways when I'm doing what you're doing during some weeks. So I don't know. I don't know, dude.
there is no way this can end well.
No,
like
exactly.
Gary was saying.
Exactly.
It could go good for a while,
right?
But eventually, it's going to get awkward.
Right. Short of us getting married, there's no possible. Because, all right, let's say we went out and began some sort of relationship. It's going to end at some point, and if it doesn't end before Howard's contract is up, it could really be horrible for me.
So, but you mean you don't need a relationship? What about like a quick bang?
That too. I mean, can you imagine if something else comes up, if Robin starts dating another person and I'm the guy out there, doing the post interview, if you're not up there, so.
And then you're gonna become the jealous weirdo.
And that's how I know I might have come across. I have nothing against that guy, Mark. I just don't think he's the guy she's looking for. I don't know. He seems like more of the metrosexual type of person. Whereas a Jim Florentine, he's a funny guy. He gets the show. I don't know. He just seemed like more her speed, and I really endorse that because I like Jimmy. So
she needs someone who is funny, isn't blonde, and younger than her.
No. The blonde part's fine. Jim's fine with that. But I don't know. I don't know. But Fred alluded to the fact that I need to hit the gym to keep up with this Mark guy. But yeah. Eat that, Norris. You know what I mean? I can't get any bigger. There's nothing wrong. This thing's a temple.
All right, man. Well, keep us updated.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't know. I don't know where this is going. I don't know where this is headed. It can only end badly, though, so I might try to steer clear, but we'll see.
Robin.
Yes, Chris, what can I do for you?
So, what's going to go on with you and Greg? Is he going to call you?
I have no idea. How do you know him better than I
He's going to call you?
I don't know. He's been getting bolder lately.
Yes, he has.
I put in a good word.
What's the good word?
That he has to ask you out.
Oh, get out! Now, see, I don't want people forced to date
No,
me.
it's not a force. I think he's a little reluctant because of the awkwardness of working together.
Well,
every day.
I'm reluctant too.
But I really think he likes you. I think he will really think he's right.
I think he does. Yeah.
I think. Can I put in my 2 cents? Greg blew it. I mean, what the fuck? Robin's flirting with him for 2 years. He hasn't made a move. It's over.
Yeah,
Wait, Greg's the only fish in the fucking sea. I mean, look at her. She doesn't need to wait for Greg, okay?
Oh, Jason's my best salesperson.
I mean, I was hoping Greg's my boy, and I was hoping that something would kindle. But I mean,
well, you know what he did the other day with you and your big mouth and the +1?
Oh yeah.
He comes over to me and he goes, "What's with this with the +1?" He goes, "What are you doing? Are you taking the guy with the hair care products?"
Well, yeah, because Greg thinks that Robin's going to sit around and wait for him forever.
Well,
I mean, you know, what the fuck?
He must think a lot of himself.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, shit or get off the pot. I mean, what the fuck?
That's right.
Trust me, Robin's not going to have any trouble filling her dance card, okay? She'll be just fine.
Do you actually have a dance card?
No, Benji, it's not real, the dance card thing. That's sort of a...
Because chicks are always telling me their dance card
is full.
It's full, yeah.
Yeah, I see.
And they actually pull it out and show it to me.
I was going to say, if you were asking, my dance card is full now. No, Benji almost killed me at the wedding trying to dance with me.
Yeah, me too. Hey, you want to show for...
No!
Oh, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Hey, you're doing pretty well, Ronnie. You and Ronnie. Dance with Ronnie. I do it well. Ricky Man doesn't dance. You can dance.
How am I going to dance?
Here, you have to... Hold on.
Go ahead. I'm not...
Okay. It was just... I've done it before. It's just that little pretzel move.
You take it? Turn this... Which one?
No singing, Bench. No singing.
What am I doing? Oh, like this?
No. I'll do it. I think you're mine. You got it.
Am I doing good? Yeah, you're doing real good. Oh, I got it now. No, keep it up. You got it. How the fuck? Back? See it? Cameraman and dancer.
I bet you feel bad now that you didn't do that.
I do. I feel horrible.
Ricky Man doesn't dance.
Now, Ricky Band dances when he feels like fucking dancing. Okay. All right.
This has a lot of potential here. An immense amount of potential.
But how do we look?
Beautiful. You look great.
I think this could happen, but you're in a relationship, Robin. How is this going to happen if you're in a committed relationship?
Wait a minute. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, my man Langford over here, he broke a story, and it seems to have a great deal of validity to it.
He said I went to like a nightclub. Yeah.
With? We'll call him Mr. F for now. We'll call him Mr. F. But we all know what's up. Come on. We're putting 2 and 2 together here.
All right, so I went out with Jim Florentine.
Okay, so then from that, how would I possibly be able to pursue you if you're already in a relationship? I'm being played is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's so ridiculous.
How so?
You know, it's sort of, what was that line? Speak for yourself. You know, it was when that guy was talking. He went to Miles Standish, I think. He went to pursue this woman for another guy. And she was like, why are you speaking for him? Speak for yourself.
Okay, speak for yourself then.
No, I'm saying you should speak for yourself.
I was completely lost by that. Well, there's nothing I can do though. I've been sort of pigeonholed into this role. I'm being played, is what I'm saying. I'm a pawn in your game,
pawn.
in yours and Jim's game of love.
Oh,
there's nothing I can do.
See. Oh. You don't like your role?
No, I don't. I want a more active role.
All right, well, we'll have to rethink your character.
Okay, but I think we know what's going on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not as dumb as I may appear.
I don't know why you're implying that something's going on.
So is there any hope for young Greg here?
There's always hope. You have to live with hope.
Oh, that's a terrible generic answer. You could say that to anybody. But, all right, well, I hope you and Jim have a long and fruitful relationship.
Well, I don't know why you would say that.
Well, I think we're going to have to go back to being friends. I think that's our only option.
Is that right?
Yeah. Because I know
I'm hurt.
I know what's going on. I see right through this facade. I know exactly what's going on.
I'm broken up. I'm really hurt.
All right. Well, maybe in the future.
We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. I don't know. Greg, why didn't you come in? That's
Robin,
who I wanted.
You wanted me to come in?
I was disappointed.
Robin, I already came in.
I was thinking about you.
I don't believe that.
They brought in that guy.
What was it about him?
He pales in comparison to you.
How come?
It's the competition.
But he's much more muscular. How come
he's much more muscular? I imagine under that shirt that amazing things are going on.
There are, but maybe not as amazing.
Wouldn't have been any 27 or 28-year-old. It would have to be the right one.
Okay, I got you. I'm a little slow on the uptake, but I got you now. But let's say things.
There has to be something going on. There was no,
There was no initial spark or anything.
Maybe if I got to know the guy, I'm not saying he was unattractive physically, but I need more than that. I need to know a person. I need to know that they have a good personality, that they're decent people, that they're fun, that they're.
Not just a pair of pectorals.
That's right. That's right.
Now, if things don't work out with you and Jim, so he's not the guy. He's not the backup.
No.
Yes, still got a shot.
You know who's on deck.
All right. Well, good luck with you and Jim. I'm a fan of this relationship.
Why would you be?
Because your happiness is first and foremost.
You couldn't make me happy?
Oh, I bet I could. We'll leave it at that.
Well, one of these days.
Hi, it's Sarah Silverman, and I'm here on the Howard Stern Show. I'm about to go on and promote the 3rd season of my Comedy Central show and have a lot of fun, and I hope.
Yeah, you seem a little bit on the edge today. Why is that?
I'm not on the edge. I am excited to go in, and there's so much I want to talk about post-wedding.
Right.
But I don't know.
Good luck today, Sarah.
Thank you.
Sarah, hey.
Hi.
Sarah smells so good this morning. She hugged me.
Really?
Now I smell like you.
Aww.
You smell like Sarah.
Yeah.
What does she smell like?
She smells good.
I'm just finishing my lunch. Sarah in a hot outfit. How come on Letterman you wear the hot outfit and you come here and you're, nothing wrong with what you're wearing. You're certainly attractive. And you got big votes for being one of the most attractive women at the wedding.
Ralph
really?
Top 10. Yeah.
No way.
Ralph was really taken
Talked
by...
about your glowing skin.
A lot of people feel like in person you're like a 10. Like maybe a 9 on TV, but
wow,
a 10.
I'll take that. That's great.
Wow. But you always get that. I mean, you always were the hottest chick on Saturday Night Live, and you were the, yeah, that was your whole thing.
She's a cover girl now. I've seen you on the cover of magazines. Look at you.
And I thought at the wedding, the outfit with the big titties.
Lesbian magazines.
No, you had the big titties out at my wedding.
That's my feature.
You had them on display. It was almost like you were like, you know what? I'm showing my titties.
I'm taking them out tonight.
Well, because I feel that if you make it a treat, it's nice.
I don't see you dressing up like a girl a lot. Like a lot of times I've been around you and you wear what I would call like Ellen DeGeneres type outfits. Where no, you do. No, you always wear pants and a shirt. I
don't wear pantsuits.
No, not pantsuits. But you always hide your attributes. You are a little uncomfortable with your beauty. You have a lot going on
I
there.
think that's actually comfortable. I think that's the opposite.
You're uncomfortable showing...
girls that wear bustiers to regular day things
I don't mean bustier.
really comfortable and secure.
I think... What is that noise?
I don't know.
It's like
I feel
Morse
like it's...
code. Oh. I don't know what's going on today. I apologize.
Nothing but the best.
So what you wore on Letterman.
Yeah, I heard you play the clip, and then I heard you, my friend, Howard Stern, who at the wedding grabbed me and said, I love you so much. When did Sarah turn into Jennifer Aniston? You're such a good friend, Howard. That's
true.
what friends do. That's what friends say.
Well, I'm confused. Jimmy, I knew you guys broke up, and you know how sad I was. Forget about how sad you were. No one cares about that. How sad I was.
You had to take a walk.
I love you and Jimmy as a couple. I love it. I find you guys terrific. I wish you were married. I do.
Now you're wishing marriage on people?
I feel they'd be.
Don't ever get married?
Now I'm into marriage. I'm enjoying my marriage.
Goodness.
You should be.
I am.
You guys are.
We're having
really,
a great time.
You make me smile when I think of the two of you, especially Beth.
When Jimmy, I know I'm not that much fun.
No, but she's such an angel. She's
a good
like
girl.
an angel.
When Jimmy and you broke up, I'm going to tell you how devastated I was. Like I had to go out for a walk.
Yeah, I remember that.
And think about it. Like I was really bummed. And then when I saw him with his hand on your ass every 2 minutes at the wedding.
That was one picture that like 10 different magazines used like the flip negative to make it look like a new picture and stuff. Like
Right.
I'm starting to learn all the tricks.
But when Jimmy had his hand on your ass, and he was, you know what? I said to Jimmy, why don't you come out to my house? We'll hang out. He goes, Sarah is working this weekend. I need to be with Sarah.
I couldn't believe it. I go, are you kidding? Like I would
No.
do anything to be at that post-wedding, like post-mortem. I wanted to be there so bad.
We had fun.
But I had to do a show, and then I was like, Jimmy, go, like
he wouldn't leave you. Like all of a sudden from breaking up, now he can't leave your side. It's amazing what's going on. And I'm out of the loop. Like Jimmy wrote me some things, but nothing revealing. Just basically, I don't know what's going on. It's very upsetting. It's painful. And then you guys got back together, and I'm like, I'm happy.
He didn't even write for that, huh?
But then everyone is trying to act like you guys aren't back together again, and that is Jennifer Aniston-ish.
Well, first of all, I don't even know what that means. And second of all, I went on Letterman to promote my fucking
show.
Comedy Central TV show, and I think it's kind of scumbaggy to come on and talk seriously about your fucking relationship woes to promote your show. That's a scumbag move, and I don't want to be a part of it. I knew he was going to ask me something. I didn't know he would pound it right off the top, and I wanted to be prepared with something that would just be funny, because I think it's queer when comics especially go on TV shows and aren't fucking funny. You have to be funny.
But you have...
I'm supposed to go like, it was hard, and now we're really trying. I mean, what the fuck? Really? Really?
Is it so hard for you to reveal your real self? In other words, you always have to hide behind the joke.
Not at all. I think I'm very honest, but I don't want to talk about it because...
Yeah, give me the reason why.
And you kind of said it's just like, first of all, you don't know what happened, Howard.
No, I don't.
And...
How do you know I don't know?
Nobody does.
How do you know
anybody
Jimmy
know?
How do you know Jimmy didn't confide in me?
Because I know that you don't know what happened, and nobody knows what happened.
You fucked Matt Damon. I know what happened.
No, it's nothing like that. But, I'm not interested in being like, we broke up, we got back together, we broke up, we got back together. It's lame, I mean, we're seeing how things happen, and we're both hopeful, and it's this... Talking about it and deconstructing it to strangers isn't going to be helpful or respectful to each other.
You guys seem like you have a game plan this time around, because it seems like there was a big sit-down where you went, okay, I'm going on promotional tours. Jimmy, you're going on promotional tours. We have to come up with the way we're going to handle the questions. It seems like a coordinated effort.
It's bad.
I like it.
I know, you love
what
it.
What do you like about it?
I like it back together. I swear.
Okay.
It's so comforting to me.
That's a different thing. I thought you were saying.
Can I tell you, it was really cute the way you and Beth were looking at us. It's weird because nobody knows what happens behind closed doors, and obviously it's not like some ugly. I mean, we like each other, you know what I mean?
Right.
But like walking down the street in New York and having strangers go like, oh yay, it's like it puts a lot of pressure. It's kind of weird. It's
I hate when something public happens. I hate when something public happens and people go, oh, I'm so sorry, or like you don't want to explain.
Right, you don't want to have to
everyone.
go through that even a million times a day.
It's like, oh, am I like, yeah. Well.
But I feel this whole thing is elevating you in show business.
Oh, I hope so.
It is.
I hope so.
At least something good will come from it.
But you know what is crazy?
Don't deflect.
First of all, I heard Gary say, she said she has a plan to deflect. But this is something that you'll, I think, like...
Go ahead.
So stuff was written about us and everything, all that crap, and I love that crap.
The Inquirer said that you...
Mike Walker.
He said you were on the internet looking at fat guys, and Jimmy got upset?
How could he? That is the funniest, greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
He says he knows that this is true.
And meanwhile, if he came in on Friday, that would be one of the true ones.
Right. By the way, I didn't even understand that. Like, Sarah is only into fat guys.
She has a fat fetish.
And I didn't understand what it meant.
What Jimmy would be upset
I don't have a fat fetish.
Right.
Believe me, I wouldn't break up with Jimmy if he lost a couple LBs. Hey, what was I going to say?
So did he cheat on you? I'm feeling like he... No.
No, there was no cheating. Oh, my God.
I
would never... First of all, that would
Want to know what
happen.
I've put together? My theory?
All right.
Jimmy started to find fault with you in a couple of different areas. And... this is what I've put together based on what I kind of feel.
Oh, yeah?
I have no facts. No one said anything. And he talked to you about it, and you got upset. And you felt...
Oh, my goodness, no.
I'm not right?
No. I'm not going to play 20 questions. But I'll tell you something else. Mike Walker... also put a thing about how he was hanging out with Adam Sandler too much and not enough with me. I don't even know if Jimmy knows Adam Sandler. I think he does. He's met him, but it's so completely made up out of the sky. And it's weird because I'll read stuff like that and I'll go, I know that is a lie, a hilarious lie out of nowhere. And then I'll turn the page and I'll be like, Nicole Richie did what? I completely get sucked into that. I love reading that stuff.
Well, you say that all the time. You say they bullshit about you, and then you believe other shit.
I know.
Yeah, it's true.
I didn't believe that one. I think that...
No. We're talking about in your case. When you read something about yourself that's not true, then you flip the page and you believe the thing that's real.
Yeah, I do too. I do too.
Yeah, because that's the fun of it. If you don't believe it's not fun. But you know what?
I'm sorry, you.
My theory was also... No, don't roll your eyes.
I'm rolling my eyes because you really have no idea what happened.
Okay.
And I don't want to talk about it.
All right, don't talk about it. I'm going to talk about it. Here's my
but then I'm going to be like, no, yes,
all
no.
Right,
it becomes a whole fucking thing.
Just be together.
But
so I can have fun with you.
But Star.
And by the way, did you notice that when during the breakup, we were friends with Jimmy and friends with you?
You guys are so sweet.
And we made it clear we wanted to remain friends with you.
I know.
Because I wanted you to know that. Because I would have been really pissed off at you if you pulled one of those shenanigans where Jimmy became our friend and then you wouldn't be our friend.
No, you guys were the sweetest emails.
I want extra points for that.
You do have extra points for that.
Right. Goddamn
now
right.
You're bringing it back down to
human level, right? I'm so glad that we handled ourselves that way.
It was very classy.
Now you're back together.
It's a smart thing to do.
Imagine we were shitty to one of them, and then it was now they're back together.
Or started bad mouthing one.
We're not defining, and don't roll your eyes at that. But you know what I mean. We're just trying to take it slow and really do it right because we both care.
Whatever went down was bad. And now it's coming back together. And so, if you start defining it, then it's going to be shitty because it might not be good again. You don't know yet. You're waiting to see what happens. It's almost like it's a new relationship now.
Yeah.
Everyone's being all respectful of each other, not taking each other for granted, right? It's a whole new fucking romance.
So, can I just say this?
Go ahead.
They write this crappy shit, gossipy stuff about Jimmy and I in Star Magazine. That's what the Star Magazine does, whatever.
Right.
And I look at who writes it. It's fucking Robert Schimmel's daughter.
I was going to ask you about that.
She's working there.
And I'm like, what a scumbag move. I know, I know that's her job. First of all, I don't know why Jessica would be proud of having a job like that. What are you? You want to be a writer? That's not going to make you a writer. You're not going to graduate from there and do something,
Well, that's not true. That's not true.
They're the highest paid reporters.
Reporters.
Whatever.
So then I go, I can't believe that Jessica would write about comedians of all people. You know what I mean? I'm friends with her father. I love her father. I don't know if she's angry at her father and this is some way. I don't know. What is going on? But it was totally untrue and it was real. It was just so gross. I couldn't believe it was her. It was like it was like having like my own daughter like write something shitty. You know what I mean?
But
like,
the real thing about you is you do a lot of comedy about celebrity gossip all the time. Now, now suddenly you.
Do you think I'm Kathy Griffin, who I love, but that's not my thing?
Wait, you even hate the fact that you did the Video Music Awards.
Well, I do what the gig is,
but why
and
do
that's
you
what it is, pop culture.
Why do you regret the Video Music Awards?
I don't regret it, but I regret that I didn't realize that Britney Spears was sick. Like, I thought she would go and be amazing like she always has been at the Video Music Awards. And I had my jokes prepared, and I had to do a couple jokes about Britney because I was following her to get into the rest of my jokes. I didn't know she was going to
So don't you think she thought you were shitty to her? Didn't you think don't you think it hurt her?
Yeah, but I don't know her. I have no connection to her. And I was just doing jokes to get into, to segue into my jokes because I had to follow her. I didn't know that she was like a sick human being.
Maybe Jessica Schimmel doesn't know Jimmy's sick.
But I just think it's scumbaggy. So then when like somebody called her on it, she was like, oh, I didn't even write that. That's like a colleague just used my name. That's what they do sometimes because that way the buck never stops anywhere. But you know what? She should still be held responsible for it because then maybe she'll keep someone from using her name in an article. It's so... Ugh.
But that sounds like bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, does that really happen?
They just use a colleague.
I mean, I'm bummed that Schimmel's daughter is a weasel. That's all. It's a bummer to me because I always really liked him.
I have a question about that, though.
Howard.
What did she write that you found offensive?
I don't even remember, but it was like, you know, was that the one where they're like, Jimmy is drinking to cope with his sadness or something like crazy, like
the crazy
stuff that can be, you know, he has a show on with the Disney Network. You can't just make up lies like that and say he's got like some.
So you called her and confronted her about this, it sounds like. You basically said to her, you're a comedian's daughter. I know your dad. I'm friends with him.
I tried to connect with her directly, but my like people connected with her, or whatever.
You have people?
I have a team. No, I'm just kidding. My Amy is V called.
No, but because of Comedy Central too, you have a whole team over there. You have people now.
They don't do anything.
They don't do a thing for
you. They literally do nothing.
On the new show, you are angry with Mongolia, or you sue Mongolia
for rape.
For rape.
That was last week.
I love that show.
Robin, thank you.
I love that show. I'm always quoting you, telling people the plots of the show.
But you got to get on a network that'll pay you. I mean, you're on Comedy Central. They're letting you do the Sarah Silverman show, but they're not paying you well.
No,
we all know.
Terribly that Artie. In the whole year, it's a good 7 months of working like 14-hour days.
Right.
I can make on the road in 5 days. But I do credit the money I make on the road to having that show. And to me, it's worth making shitty money. It's completely the show I want it to be. I couldn't do that on a network show for big money. No way.
My favorite show was when you became black. And the black waiter became Jewish.
Yeah, Alex Desire.
But if you work 7 months of the year on this, and in a way, didn't your show contribute to your breakup with Jimmy Kimmel? Because it takes up all of your time. I mean, you have to write.
I don't know if it contributed, but it all kind of went down when I was working 15-hour days.
Yeah, because you want to know something at the end of the day. I think Jimmy really loves you, but I also think guys are needy. I know I am. When I'm like, if Beth's not around for a while, I start to get real fucked up, like you know.
But then when Beth is needy, and you sense that, is it your instinct to satiate that need, or is it your?
No, it's not my instinct, but I'm in therapy to learn how to read the signals and how to comfort her and not always be so fucking self-centered. Because I mean, I don't even know that other people exist. I mean,
yes, that's interesting. That's great because. Yeah. It's great that you're in therapy and that you're really being... People can go into therapy for a million years and never learn anything because they're not being honest with themselves when they're talking to the therapist.
Artie.
I know I'm brutally honest, and you want to know something?
How do you know
I am
what I'm saying?
the ultimate narcissist. And what I do is I sit there and I say, you know, Beth's a human being. And she's gonna fucking burn out on me if she's... I'm so goddamn needy. It's horrible. I can't even understand why she likes this relationship, but...
She loves you so much.
But I'm working hard on it.
You even apologized to her during your vows.
I did. I did.
So beautiful and sweet and
I love
funny.
her. And I realize that if I'm going to be in a relationship, I got to value her as a person. I got to learn that she's a human being. I got to, there's things I'm working on. It's, that's why I try to tell people.
Why would you marry someone you're not sure is a human being, though?
Because I'm not sure anyone's human.
He's not sure about anybody.
I don't treat. Look at Fred. Do I treat him like a human being?
No, what I mean.
Honestly, I mean, look at him. I ignore him back there.
He's hidden.
I'm still working on trying to
built a
talk to
wall
Fred.
to
I built a wall to hide from Fred.
How long can I be here? I have so much I want to talk about. I mean, the whole wedding.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
You were more upset than anyone.
First of all,
Jillian Barbary.
I didn't want to shoot Jillian Barbary. That wouldn't. No, but it was the kind of thing where it was. It was the kind of moment where I had to be squeezing somebody's hand because I couldn't even handle what I was feeling. And I'm like squeezing Jimmy's hand, and I look, and Jimmy is delighted. Like nothing makes him happier than these moments.
See a disaster.
And a slice of that I also have. You know what I mean? Whatever, something. But she must have just been drunk. She's a nice lady. She's always been so effusive to you and even to me too. And she loves this show, and I feel bad, but it must just be the poison of alcohol, which to me, and I know I can be a stoner, you
don't drink.
It turns me off, drunk people. When they get loud, they're spitting, they're in your face, they get really close. It's gross. I have to leave immediately whenever I'm at a party, like at that point where everyone gets drunk and really brave, I have to go.
But you're okay with everyone being stoned?
Well, yeah.
That's
okay.
a different kind of high.
You see, you never explained to me why you didn't drink before. That I understand. I don't like when other people are drunk. They act like jerk-offs.
That's not why I don't drink. The couple times I've been drunk, I love it, but I don't drink because it makes me nauseous.
Oh, okay,
I can't
right. You have an issue
it.
with it. So
I have a Jewish stomach.
So when Jillian got up, and, to me, I was praying that Natalie Maines would sing Landslide.
That's like
it was really important to me.
Wedding. You asked her to sing Landslide.
I didn't even ask.
Amazing singer.
Right.
How did Jillian get there?
Jillian walks up with Natalie Maines, who's a tremendous singer.
And so sweet.
Yeah.
To her detriment. I mean, I'm glad she's sweet, but it's like she had just met Jillian that night.
And Jillian went up, and I thought Jillian would sing for like 1 second and then walk away.
Or they'd have a plan that it was great.
Yeah.
Right.
Little backup harmonies or something.
You ain't getting that brought away from a mic.
Sarah was so upset. She came up to me. She goes, "What the fuck was that?"
I didn't say that, but I squeezed your hand, and I just said, "Oh, my God."
All right, that's what it was.
Jillian Barbary didn't give the mic to Natalie Maines once.
It's driving you nuts.
It was just, I can't get my head around so many things.
It drove me nuts, too. And I like Jillian. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't understand how she didn't know enough to step away.
She needs to not ever drink a drop of alcohol again, clearly.
You're right.
And you and Beth were so graciously holding each other, standing in the front, 3 feet away from them while they're singing with smiles pasted on your face because you're gracious and lovely. And this is going on. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Nobody knew what to do. You couldn't really come up and rip the microphone from her.
I'm smiling on the outside, and I'm looking, and I'm like 3 feet from her. I'm going, oh, my God, I can't even hear Natalie. Jillian is just singing, and I'm thinking I know she's bright. She's going to stop. She's going to know that she's going to read the crowd and see that they don't want to hear
How do you know she's bright?
I just feel, listen, she's gotten very far in her career. She talks for a living. There's a certain intelligence to doing that.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
It has to be alcohol.
It must have been the alcohol. What is it, Ralph? You want to defend Jillian?
Well, yeah, I was hanging out with her and Natalie, and they sort of planned it. It wasn't like Jillian jumped in there and you sabotage it.
No, but you walk away.
I can agree with Ralph on that. I think that Natalie wasn't that up for singing, so she but they put this whole thing together. It wasn't like Jillian just jumped in. They were commiserating about it.
Right.
Well, clearly Jillian had to put herself out there as saying, like, oh, I sing. I mean...
You know what? I must have been really drunk, because, Howard, I even said to you over the weekend, was I really drunk or was Jillian good? Because
you must have been drunk.
By the way, Ralph somehow finagled Jillian's text message thing.
Oh, yeah, he's her best friend.
Yeah, like he'll be out now.
She got mine. She asked me.
Yeah, so he's been texting over and over again.
So now he's a big Jillian fan. He's got to call in and defend.
Exactly.
I think she's a good person. I think some people drink alcohol and they become they're not themselves.
Sarah looks so hot, man.
Yeah,
I
but
can't,
Ralph
I
is
can't
so
believe
worked
you.
up.
I'm so flattered because coming from you, you're very critical.
If you just weren't like, rubbing Jimmy, it would have been really hot. If you were just kind of single and drunk and loose and, jumping around. But
What did you say? Her skin turned you on.
her skin, you have like perfect skin.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Very feminine. Let's not forget that with the work shirts and the rugby shirts and the, there's a woman
Well,
under there.
she's right. She said she doesn't do it all the time, so it's like a special event when she takes
Yeah,
them
see,
out.
when I wear a dress, people are like, wow, you're wearing a dress.
You're a
These
girl.
whores that come into your show, nobody says that. They go, they never even go like, wow, look at you in a bikini. Like, it's just nothing.
Speaking of dresses, were you shocked by Beth's dress? I mean, that was some dress.
Oh, my God. Well, when you guys first walked down that little aisle, I was like, oh, my God. It was like
pretty
really out
startling.
there.
Yeah.
But it was stunning. She's the only one that could pull it off and look like
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
And look like a virgin princess. Like she looked like an angel.
Yeah, I tell you, I'm really enjoying marriage. I didn't realize the tragedy you had in your life.
What?
You had, I didn't know I know you have a sister, but you had a brother who died?
Who told you that?
I read about it. You never discussed
That was written
with me.
somewhere? I have never.
Yes, you've talked about it because I guess there was an incident with your grandmother, and then you drove in the car with her.
Oh, okay. So before I was born, after one or two of my sisters, and before me, my parents had a son, and it was a very sad story because my mother was like the week-long winner on some game show.
Your mom?
Yeah.
Jeopardy?
No, it was Concentration.
Wow, no
Way
kidding.
back when.
Your mom won on Concentration
Yeah,
with you Downs?
Yeah. So she
Wow.
was like the week-long winner, and they won all the stuff, and they sold pretty much all of it, for the money, but they kept like a trip to the Bahamas or something. So my parents went, and my grandparents, who better to babysit the kid, the
Of course,
baby.
that's who you trust.
He's 3 months old. Oh, it's so sad. I feel bad talking, but it's interesting.
And the reason I brought it up, by the way, because you've always been this outrageous. You really make incredible jokes about tragedies.
No, it was a terrible joke, but I was 5. I mean, I had.
All right, go ahead. Tell the rest of the story.
Well, my grandmother was on the phone, and when she came back, it was in the years with the bars in the cradle, and he had, been strangled. Like his head got caught in the bars.
Oh, I thought your grandma was driving somewhere, and
so let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
So they had to call my parents back from the Bermuda or the Bahamas, whatever. I mean, I can't imagine how devastating.
That's unbelievable.
Just this most awful thing. And this is at a time where their friends came, and before they got home, removed any sign of the baby.
Right, which is even weirder.
No closure or anything, just like as if he never existed. So my dad, when I was like just able to talk, taught me swears and stuff, and I would say swears and get like huge laughs, and I realize now like that's always what I it became like an addiction. So I knew that when I said crazy things or like really off color things, even like as a little baby, I knew that I would get big laughs.
Right.
So my Nana picks us up on Sunday because she always took us to Week's Diner
You
on
called
Sundays.
your grandma Nana?
Nana, yeah.
Surprised by that.
I was very close. Why were you surprised at that? It's like a Jewish
Nana?
Nana and Papa.
I don't see you as a Nana Papa person.
She didn't choose. They probably told her.
That was just the way it went.
I can see you
I
rebelling.
had no way of.
All right, go ahead, Nana.
Nana goes, put on your seatbelt when she picked us up to go to Weeks. And I go, yeah, I was like 5, and I had just been told the story of that I had this brother or whatever.
Right.
She goes, everybody put on your seatbelt. I go, yeah, you don't want to wind up like Jeffrey. And I'm expecting a big laugh. I remember this. I'm 5, right? I'm expecting a big laugh.
Right.
Man.
Because I don't know. And my Nana just starts sobbing. And I never felt so terrible in my life,
Wow, but what a great joke.
Oh, what a great joke.
I mean, it's the best joke ever.
It's awful. I mean, I didn't know better,
It shows your comedy mind, even at 5, was fierce. Think of it. That's how I view that.
That's terrible.
That's how I view it. Call me nuts.
Well, what it is it's,
Okay, I'm nuts.
It's a sickness, that you're taught at a very early age. That,
Right.
And the
That
drug.
you go
and
for the laugh.
Yeah.
Because you got approval. That was your thing.
Yeah. I guess I could say that was the first time I bombed.
Yes. Did your Nana, or Nana, as you say.
You're so uncomfortable with it.
No.
Nana and Papa. I don't know. That's just how it was.
If I had been in that car, I would have given you big laughs. I would have said, that Jew is funny. I would have laughed.
Ay, ay, ay.
You're saying that your Nana, afterwards, did she go and tell your parents on you that you said this terrible thing?
Probably.
Probably, yeah. She busted you good. Wow, I didn't know you had that tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
But you never knew your brother because this was before you were born.
Before she was born, yeah.
Does that freak you out? That's freaky, huh?
What about, I told you about my shrink that killed himself.
Yeah, that's sad too, right? What happened? You were young.
I was 13. I went to the therapist. He said, anytime you're sad, you just take one of these. He writes a prescription for Xanax.
Oh, wow.
I come the next week. It's like in this Victorian house. It's like pitch black by 4 p.m., you know, the winter in New Hampshire. And my mom drops me off. I'm waiting. And then the hypnotist from upstairs, who I also saw for bedwetting, comes down. And I'll just say, like, Dr. Jones or whatever. He comes down all teary-eyed, and I'm just sitting alone in the waiting room, and he goes, Dr. Jones hung himself. Oh, and I had to wait for the rest of the hour until my mom picked me up. Of course, she was late.
And you talk about bedwetting in the new show?
Uh-huh.
Because you were a bedwetter, weren't you?
I was a bedwetter.
Yes, you were. That's why you went to the psychiatrist.
Ooh, sad clown.
And you've never wet the bed in front of Jimmy?
Yes, I did.
He probably liked it.
Yeah, I did. A little bit.
Did he
a
laugh
little
at
bit,
you?
and then I woke up.
What did he say? Oh, Sarah,
He did
it's
two
okay.
once. He
peed the bed?
Yeah.
The fuck's his problem?
I just remember one time he peed the bed. It was funny.
When you pee the bed, are you having a dream and like you feel like you're relieving yourself?
Well, this time with Jimmy, it was a few years ago. I was dreaming that I was peeing, and I peed a little bit, and then I woke up. It didn't even like get to the.
Wow, you never shit the bed though.
No, I don't even. I don't even do that at all.
You don't do that.
No, my asshole is clean as a whistle.
Sarah, the wrath of Silverman there. You were ripping everyone.
I know. I've never been so fiery.
Yeah, you're normally pretty laid back, pretty, happy.
But do you think it was off-putting?
No, you had some things. Here's from my perspective. I saw it. Howard and Beth are very close to you.
Yes, and I love them.
People's behavior pissed you off.
Yeah.
And you need to get out there and.
But I feel good about. I mean, I love Howard and I love Beth.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you.
Good luck with the new season of your show.
Thank you.
The Howard Stern Show. I want to talk to Howard about the chocolate and to ask you, man, I should be in there looking at pussy lips now, okay? What's up? Stuck in a room with a fat publicist. This motherfucker doing my makeup, man. Come on. That's why I came here.
You want to see some vagina?
Yes!
Not sit in a green room?
No, what's up?
All right, man, let's get you in there, man.
Please, help me out, man. Damn.
So David Allen Greer is here.
He's one of the few people with 3 names who I like in show.
And who hasn't killed somebody.
And he isn't fucking Robin. I heard you're bringing the new boyfriend to Jason's wedding, true?
I didn't say that.
Oh, look at you. David Allen Greer, man. I see you on TV all the time.
That's a famous guy.
There's a
What's
famous
up?
guy.
How you guys doing,
How you
Howard?
doing, man? You look
beautiful.
You look good.
Artie, Fax, and Adams said hello to
yeah.
you from your Mad TV days.
Are they working with you now?
Yes, they are.
Oh, they're funny, great people.
Yeah.
Guys who
We
produce
were talking
Mad
to
TV.
Robin. She got a new boyfriend. I didn't know you were.
I'm sure David could care less.
No, I could. Actually, Robin, she don't remember me.
I do remember.
No,
you.
you don't. We
You banged
worked
her?
out. No, we worked out at this health club up Columbus and something.
Reebok?
Columbus, yes.
Reebok?
Right.
Years ago, but she ignored me.
Oh,
She blew you
stop
off.
She
it.
did. You were laughing with your trainer, and you know.
We keep the trainer entertained.
Yeah, no, he was cracking jokes. He was trying to get on Howard. That's what was happening. He really wasn't training.
You were
wasn't
laughing.
training.
You were laughing with your white friends.
here
Saw a
we
brother,
go.
no love. She's like,
Here we
excuse me, black man.
Oh my God! Here we go.
It just hurt me, Robin. It hurt me.
You know,
okay?
I'm a huge fan of yours, and now screw you. Oh, I saw you. I
stop.
was just trying to be polite. I don't.
Do you really remember? Do you
I
remember?
don't remember you
don't.
being.
See, she doesn't.
She was busy.
Wow.
Oh, you were working out and concentrating on your
I
body.
was working
You
out.
are. I should have been concentrating
Yeah.
more, actually. I should have.
But
But you know, one of my favorite films, Jumanji.
Ooh, thank you.
See?
But wait a
I
second.
can pull it out.
Let me just finish this one conversation before I get to David. So you're bringing the new boyfriend to
I
Jason's
didn't say
wedding?
that.
I'm going to be at Jason's wedding.
Are you?
I'm going, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So I want to see
Jason's
him.
wedding's a big wedding now.
Oh, so now I'm going to look like the asshole for not going?
You're not going?
I'm
Who
going.
would think you're going?
I changed my mind. I said I'm going.
Shit.
Nice.
Now you're not going? You're
No,
going?
I wasn't there.
He's going to go now.
You mean you say you're not going because I'm not going?
No, I said that in other words, if I blow it off, I won't be the big story. You'll be the big story blowing it off. But now I'm going to be the asshole. I'll go. All right.
You're too fucking good to party with us?
Well, I'm on the road that week. I got to hustle back for this jerk-off's wedding.
Hey, David, did you start out in stand-up comedy?
No, I started as an actor, actually.
Oh, did you?
I was in Dreamgirls on Broadway.
Because I heard...
He's a Yale guy, right? Like
when you got 1,300 on your SAT. How the fuck did you do that? Look at you, brother.
I did.
Man, you're a smart guy.
I did. I actually forgot what I scored, and I remember when all those things came out, and I was pleasantly re-surprised.
So you wanted to be a serious actor, and then when
he is a serious actor.
I know, but what you talking about?
But then when Keenan Ivory Wayans came to you and said, "I'm going to put you on, I want you to audition for Mad TV." Whatever. In Living Color. Sorry,
Yeah.
I used to watch the show religiously. In Living Color, you were kind of like, I'm not a funny guy.
Well, I didn't have, I wasn't a stand-up.
Right.
I'd done some stand-up because that's all I hung out with. I hung out with Damon, and Robert Townsend was a good friend.
Right.
We'd all go to these comedy clubs. So I had like 3 minutes. I would hang around with them, but that's not what I did. I didn't have a bunch of characters.
Right.
And I just thought it would be like crabs in a barrel.
But you do impressions and stuff.
I do some people. But
who do you do?
Oh, well, I'm not the impressionist.
No,
but
I know, but who?
Stuff, guys, I do, like Maya Angelou is a thing I did on SNL.
Wow.
But here's how it started.
Do me a favor. I know people who do impressions don't like to just be put on the spot.
Right.
But let me put you on the spot. What does Maya Angelou sound like?
Well,
I've
first
seen
let
her.
me explain that.
Yeah.
Nobody'd ever done Maya Angelou. So that's why I said I did it. So you can't fail.
That's the greatest.
It's not like they're going to say, Artie, you don't really do Johnny Carson like it's supposed to be done. So that was the first thing. And then I thought they wouldn't want to see it because it's Maya Angelou, but they're like, oh, that's great. Let's write this up. So
what did it sound like when you said to them, here's what I do as Maya Angelou?
It was just, we wrote this thing and it was like.
Let me hear goddamn Maya Angelou.
Alfred, it's wonderful to be here. What you are is a buttress, nay, a soldier. A knight whose sword is truth. No truth with a forked tongue, Howard, you do battle against those who will not listen to what comes forth from your body.
Right.
So, anyway,
sometimes
pompous,
when I see
don't make no kind of sense.
When I see Maya Angelou on Oprah, for example, those two start talking. I don't know what the fuck anyone's talking about.
And she smiles like, you don't know. When I was a kid, I would watch her. She smiles like, I didn't know if she was in pain, if she had a stroke.
Right.
She, she gives you a smile. Like,
and you know what? You're a smart guy. You went to Yale.
You can't understand her.
I know why I can't understand her. I went to BU, but you can't even understand her.
So I do that. Jeremiah Wright, which was fun.
You do Jeremiah Wright?
Well, a version of Jeremiah
What do you do?
Wright.
Let me hear that.
The white government is poisoning the black man by giving him a new strain of booty cancer that is killing our people. Now, Barack Obama, I say your mama.
That's fantastic. You see? Hey, those Wayans brothers knew what the fuck they were doing when they hired you.
Yeah, good people. They're all from New York, Chelsea Projects.
Gave you the big start.
They did.
Did you make good money on In Living Color?
No, I did not, Howard.
And I know with this new TV show, you're getting rave reviews, Chocolate News. I'm so pumped up from the reviews, I'm going to watch the thing.
It's good.
They're calling you like, anyone who misses Chappelle, this is better.
Really?
Did you see the review?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not. That's really humbling.
Top-notch reviews.
That's humbling, man. That's
what
humbling
season?
But
David, what season will you fly to South Africa?
Yeah, when are you going to go?
I've got my ticket now. By the way, Howard, I have 4 Dave Chappelles on Facebook as my friend, and I don't know who the fuck they are. Because you don't know, I'm friends with the Pope.
You ever do any of that stuff? You ever go to Africa, get your roots, all that kind of stuff?
I went to South Africa to look at animals.
Right.
And I saw the Laker game.
Right.
With some black South Africans who didn't know who the fuck Shaq was. A dude named Winston.
Right.
Watched the Lakers. But I have not been back. Africa's huge if you've ever been there.
No.
So
I don't go
it requires a lot of travel.
Where'd you grow up?
Detroit, man.
Oh,
Detroit,
no kidding.
Michigan. Yes.
In Detroit?
In Detroit.
Not Grosse Pointe. Detroit.
No. In Detroit. I'll put it like this. When I was in 3rd grade, there were like 3
white kids in each class.
Wow.
I mean, 3 black kids, rather. By the time I was in 6th grade, there were 3 white kids. That is how fast white people moved the fuck out of Detroit.
Yeah.
It was like overnight.
Yeah, that's how my neighborhood was.
Oh, yeah.
Every white person just got the hell out.
Yep. You were like, and when I heard you talking about how you were the last white person, in Detroit, Michigan, there was one white family that lived in our black neighborhood, and they were the toughest white people I've ever seen. They were like hillbilly.
Yeah, I wasn't
crazy.
even. Yeah,
we ain't going nowhere. Oh, no. They were wild.
You want to know something? You just made me think of something. So when all the white people moved out of my town, and I was like one of the few left, and I was not tough. My mother was tough. She's like, we love black people, and we're not afraid of their skin. I go, great. I'm shaking in my pants.
I'm afraid of black people.
But all of a sudden, right, exactly. There was it's a tough town, Detroit.
It is.
I lived there. The weird thing was, all of a sudden, now Roosevelt is almost entirely black. A white family decided to move in. These were some hillbilly motherfuckers, just like you say.
They're not scared of anything.
They came in with it. I said to my parents, "You're not going to believe this. Is a white family moving in." My mother saw it as a sign. She was like, "That's right. You say Roosevelt's going to turn around. It's going to be an integrated neighborhood again." I went, "You're dreaming. These are just crazy hillbilly motherfuckers." And they were. They were like, "Hey, house for $12,000. We're buying it, and we're moving in. We don't care who lives there."
My parents wouldn't let us play with these white boys.
Yeah,
because they were too rough. Because they come over, break up all your toys, beat your dog's ass. They were rough, and they were always dirty too. They had like skinned up with scabs on their elbows and shit. They were hard ass white people. Yeah. It's like, I'll tell you what, Keenan Wayans said that there was one white family that lived in the projects. Because I asked him, I said, why? You don't really date white women. He goes, no, because there's the last white family that lived in the projects were the nastiest white people he'd ever seen.
Yes.
So that just turned him off.
You're so right, because this family had a daughter, and she had scabs all over her arms and shit, like she'd been fighting.
Yes. I won't even, it's wild.
It was scary,
wild.
yeah. It is wild. But so I asked Sarah Silverman this yesterday because she is on Comedy Central as well.
I know her.
And your show is going to be on Comedy Central. And I said, I know they pay no money.
No.
Zero, like bad money. I said, why do it? I know she works like 7 months out of the year on this show. She goes, well, it's prestigious. I get to do what I want, and, my value goes up as a performer. You're not getting any money for this thing, are you?
I'm getting some money. You don't get the same money. But also, it's like this. I really felt like I wanted to do a really good show.
Right.
And also for all my fans, I have people, every time I come to New York, people who have stuck with me through thick and thin.
Yeah, but this is a tremendous amount of work, isn't it?
It is a very tremendous. I mean, the second week, I felt like calling Dave Chappelle, saying, I know what happened. Because with him, there are only 2 people. Right. It was him and the white boy.
Right.
We got 7, 9 writers, and it is a lot of work.
You burn through a lot of material, and then and they come up with really good shit every week is really a tough chore.
And not be lazy. And
is this a once-a-week show?
Once a week. Once a week.
And it sketches you. In other words, you're the newsman, Dag, and then all of a sudden you go into different characters.
Yeah, not every sketch, but most of them. And you're right, it's a lot of work. And but it's the show I've always wanted to do. So you know the deal. If you want what you want, you got to work for it.
When you came off in Living Color, there were tons of legends who came out of that show. Even J-Lo came out of that show. And she was ugly back then, right?
She was fat ass.
She was a fat
ass. Big ass and a unibrow. I love J-Lo though, but that's what she was, like 18 years old, kind of thick, funky but chunky.
Were you banging those dancer chicks?
I was married. I was married my first wife, Puerto Rican.
I always thought you were like maybe gay or something.
No, I like pussy.
Do you ever hear that? Did you ever hear?
I have.
I don't know why I thought you were gay.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I've always liked pussy.
Yeah?
A lot.
Yeah?
A lot. Robin, you seem skeptical.
You never
No.
Why are you turning on a brother?
You got what is your wife's Korean?
Korean. She's Korean. We have a new daughter.
Let me talk to you about that move.
Oh boy.
For a black man, if you want to date white women, it takes a lot of courage because you get a lot of shit for that.
Really? In 2008?
Yeah, is the Korean thing a little more acceptable? In other words, you can marry a Korean and you're not going to get that much crap from your black brothers and sisters.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's about the person. Right. I'm sure you've dated black women.
Oh, yes.
I know. You like the sister.
Well,
girl.
his first wife wasn't black either.
Your first wife wasn't
She was
black?
Puerto Rican. She was a lot blacker than a lot of my family.
Really?
Let me put it like
Dark
that.
skin.
Yes.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time in every project in the Bronx. Okay? Half of Puerto Rico had new Nikes because of me when I was on the I'm serious.
Did you have to fight a lot when you were a kid growing up in Detroit?
In my neighborhood, no, because it was kind of like if you walk 2 blocks this way or that way. I grew up in a really nice neighborhood in Detroit, an old neighborhood. It looked, I don't know New York, so I can't really tell you.
You're a lot bigger in person. I was surprised.
I gained a little weight.
No, I don't mean that. I mean tall. How tall are you?
6'2".
Yeah, you look like you can handle yourself.
But on In Living Color, everybody was 6'4". Keenan, those guys and so I was not quite as tall as them, but they're very tall people.
When you went to see when you went to the premiere of Jim Carrey's Ace Ventura, you were convinced that was going to be a flop, right? You and Chris Rock, you two met in the lobby.
I'll tell you this. So I get to the premiere, and the publicist says, "No, wait, come here. I have a seat for you. It's a special seat." And I'm like, "Okay, great." She sits me right next to Jim. Now, Jim, I liked him, but you have to understand, he was so nervous.
Right. Yeah.
It was like sitting next to somebody who's going through seizures. So I was so nervous too that I said, I have got to laugh. I got to laugh. There was so much pressure on me. I laughed the whole film, but inside I'm going, this motherfucker has lost his mind. He is so crazy that America is not ready. He's too crazy.
He's too crazy.
Jim Carrey used to do this character called
the Fireman?
No, great crazy. And this one never got on TV.
Oh, okay.
It was called Colon Man.
Yeah.
And he was a superhero, and he pulled out his 40 feet of colon, and he would rope you and lasso you. And
Why did that get on TV?
Dude, I would say, if I had $5 million, I would give you this money to do this movie for me.
Right.
So it's like Ace Ventura. This is what I'm telling you. Like, I sat for years watching people. It was like someone told Jim Carrey, you have 2 weeks to live, tell every joke, do every impression, or your head's going to blow up.
Right.
And
I had everything in it.
Exactly.
Right.
So I did not think America was ready for it. I go out to the lobby. Chris Rock said, David, you are right. No one will see this movie. It's over. He will never admit. Oh, yeah. Right. Of course. It was huge.
It was huge. And the rest was history. Do you get jealous? Be honest now. Do you get jealous when you see one of your castmates go into superstardom and then you go, oh, shit.
Why not me?
I don't. Well, here's how it is. Here's how it is. Like if you say Jamie Foxx. Right. Jamie Foxx, if you would have told me Ugly Girl was going to win an Oscar, I'd be like, kiss my ass.
Yeah, right.
This will, again, it will never happen.
Right.
But in Jamie, especially in Jamie's case, Jim's thing was like crazy.
Crazy.
It was, I heard he couldn't get on the Letterman show on Wednesday.
Right.
Ace Ventura came out on Friday. They called him and flew him out on Monday.
Right.
It was that kind of thing. His price went from nothing to millions of dollars in a week.
Well, he had made a movie before that, Earth Girls Are Easy, that was a real
with
bomb.
Damon.
Yeah, with Damon. It was a bomb.
Yeah.
So you figured, okay, if this movie doesn't work, he's done.
Yeah. But so like with Jamie, to watch him grow, it inspired me because it wasn't like he did like 3 or 4 movies in a row that led up to Ray that was like, he built this, planned it, and
tremendous talent.
Yes,
he really is.
Absolutely.
And he's a nice guy.
And I'm jealous as fuck. It's a long way to say that.
Does your wife say to you, listen, why are you not making $20 million?
No, but she's very loving. She's a great woman. But she says stuff that wives say, like, honey, just come to New York and do play readings. I'm like, what are you, high on crack? Play readings? I'm like, bitch, I got to tell dick jokes. What? I can't. Why are you playing giggles? I'm like, cuz, it's paying for your shoes.
But you've banged black chicks, right?
Yes,
I mean, you're not
have,
exclusively
absolutely.
Puerto Rican and Asian.
It's the person.
White chicks, too?
Of course. I've dated some white girls.
Famous white girls?
I've never dated any. Well, I've never dated any.
There was a name that flashed across your mind.
Not really. It was like this. When I was hanging out.
Maya Angelou.
When we were doing
black.
Boomerang, and Martin Lawrence and Eddie Murphy, all those guys were talking about all the famous girls they fucked. I was never a part of that conversation.
You didn't have any fun.
Don't you hate when you kissing Beyonce and all that?
I can't when you're fucking a chicken or Oscar for
Right. That kind of stuff. I hate that. He all hitting the Emmys, you banging that ass, Golden Globes and shit is falling off. That never.
When chick ask you the stuff for Tony Award up her ass.
You're odd man out between Eddie Murphy and
I'm
Martin.
always trying to, chicks looking at me like I could build their career.
Well, what's interesting about
You're one of those
David
girls.
is
He turned down a lot of
but he
important
plays a nerd a lot. He's clearly not a nerdy guy.
No, you're not. You're
but
actually...
it's for people, because people go, oh, you went to Yale.
Right.
What was that like? Were you like the one black guy on campus kind of thing?
No.
And...
Charles Dutton was there when I was there. And Charles Dutton has done time. So you really can't fuck
Well, it's funny. David, do you know Phil Lamar? You know,
I know Phil Lamar.
Yeah,
I know Phil
a black kid I was on Mad TV with also went to Yale.
Yeah.
And it's the same sort of thing. He's a brilliant kid, and he would get saddled with that. Like, it was so funny how Fox cast the show. It's like, this is the street black guy, this is the nerdy black guy.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I heard a story about Phil Lamar. Like, he was like, we're like, guys, I just want more lines, okay? I think what you're giving me is wrong. And LL Cool J came on the set. They said, Phil Lamar was like, hey, what's up, baby?
Yeah, no, you know what to do.
You know how we do it, killer? All that stuff. You got super black. But
I did that with LL too.
I did too. I was like, Todd. Todd.
Yeah. When you're around LL Cool J, you got to be super black.
You got to be.
Is there pressure on you to be super black in certain situations?
You just have to be.
You do, and you know how to cross that. Like Oprah, even Oprah does. She's like, girlfriend.
Right. Hey, girl.
Oprah doesn't really do it.
She tries.
She tries, but her accent is off.
Are you good at it?
She's not.
Are you good at it?
I can do it a little bit.
A little bit.
You know what? You know what I want to be right now, though, is I'm talking about in this point in my life, in my career on this show, is just be true to myself. Because as a viewer, and as a listener, if I think you're bullshitting me, I don't want to be
When's the last time you had to act super black? What can you think of a situation recently where you had to?
Well, I'll tell you why. It's yesterday. I'm staying at a hotel that is next to a men's shelter. So every Puerto Rican and black crackhead, you'd think I'm the most famous motherfucker in the world when I get out of that car.
Right.
Because they're all, hey, that's that dude. That's that motherfucker right there. So you can't be like, guys, please. I'm like, hey, what's up now? All right, then. So I had to say super black.
That's what you go. What's
From
up?
the town car to the front door of the hotel.
So when you leave the town car to go into the hotel, you get hit up for money from a lot of brothers and things like that. Yeah. So
it's
you
like
go.
This. My core fans are black security guards, custodial workers.
So when you meet a black custodial worker, you can't just say hello, sir. How are you? You
got to be down.
You're down. And how does that go? What do you say?
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing, Howard? What's going on, man? I'm just trying to be real. You know how we do it. And like I remember one time this Sky Cap, he gave me career advice. That was when I was really at a low.
Right.
It was like I was performing at the Chuckle Hut in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
I spent half my weekend salary on a first class ticket, and the dude is like, you need to get with Jamie Foxx and do some of that booty call. Because this motherfucker is off the chain. And I'm like, could you get my bags, motherfucker? You giving me advice, and you giving me, man, pick up my bags. Yeah, it was a low time.
That's people do give you advice like that. Like people say, like, why don't you host a show?
Why don't you host the show?
Yeah, why don't you hang with Jamie Foxx? Why don't I have President Bush on the show? I don't know.
he was a Sky Cap. I'm like, what have you done in your motherfucker?
What do you do if you're in a situation where you're walking down the street with an executive, a white executive from Comedy Central, and then a custodian walks up to you who is a black man who speaks like the streets? You're caught in the middle of two worlds, right?
I may bend it. So I'm not going to be all the way, hey, what's up now? I'll be like, hey, what's going on? How you doing, man? See what I'm saying? So I bent it a little bit. But Robin, don't you got to do it a little bit. You can't be, you're not all like, excuse me, sir.
No, you never
You've never seen me in any
I've never
these
seen you
situations.
have to be super black.
I've never seen her interact with black people.
When did you have to be? No, when I would walk down the street with Robin, every car parking attendant would hit on her ass and want to fuck her so bad. I felt like I was going to get beaten up just for hanging out with her, for hanging out with a fine black woman. And it would be like, yo, motherfucker, look at that ass. And I'll be like, shit. What's Robin going to say? She'd go,
he wouldn't say a word.
No, I would be really scared. And Robin would go, oh, stop it. You didn't really change.
She was scaring him off, though. She didn't want to encourage that behavior. But hold up. I remember.
One time a guy said, I want to be your refrigerator. I had to laugh when
I got to write that one down.
I was about to say one time.
No, but I was in Miami Beach, and Bill Maher was there. We'd all gone down for the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he had this black girlfriend. We all lost our rides to get back to the hotel. And I heard that was the walk the Bataan Death March, because she was there. Every brother was harassing him all the way back. He almost didn't make it. I heard he almost got lynched on the street.
How great would that be if that's how Bill Maher
Cars
died?
were stopping. You know, baby, what can I do to get up in them drawers? I mean, they were like, he was not the funny man.
Thank you for hitting on my girlfriend.
But you know when the white dude, he had his arm around her shoulder with his hand out front. He was like, guys. Yeah, it was.
Stop, please.
Yeah, it was like, not funny. Not funny.
If Bill Maher died like that, that would be the greatest story of
Got beaten up.
I would love to
I didn't
read
help
that
him.
story.
I couldn't help him. That's how black I was acting.
This is interesting about the career of David Alan Grier, the new host of Chocolate News, premiering tonight at 10:30 on Comedy Central. He auditioned for the role of George Costanza on Seinfeld. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah.
It was one of the worst auditions I've ever done.
They gave you a script. Did they give it to you ahead of time, like a night before or something?
Yeah.
And they say Seinfeld, this thing. And you, again, just like with Jim Carrey's career, you again said, gee, Seinfeld, he's horrible. He can't act. This show's not going to work.
Oh,
right?
worse than that. Like I knew Jerry. He's like, David, welcome. Would you read the script with me? And I'm like, okay, all right. So I'm like, hey, George, what do we do today? I'm like, I don't know, Jerry. What we gonna do? Let's go get a sandwich. Okay, let's eat a sandwich. So it was stuff like that, and he was horrible. He was horrible, which made me horrible. And I said, this is some bullshit. This will never. I didn't even think about it. It will never be done. Boom.
Oh, man.
Boom. Oh, yeah.
That first season of Seinfeld, he's so bad at acting, you could almost see him. You could see him mouthing the words of the other actors, waiting for his line.
That's the worst. What you've just described is the worst for any actor when the guy's looking at your mouth. They don't look at your eyes. They're like,
that's brutal, man. And they just
Howard, right? They're waiting,
and they just know the word they're supposed to talk.
They're waiting for that word.
And I'm in a sanitarium. What?
Yeah.
So at Yale, did you study acting? I mean, were you?
Yes,
So you're a trained classical.
I'll tell you who my teacher was.
Yale Drama School is like
it's a heavy deal. Yeah.
I went to school with Kate Burton, Jane Kaczmarek, who is on Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah.
She's doing a play with Kate Burton right now. John Turturro.
Wow.
A lot of.
That's a good group.
Oh,
huh?
Frances McDormand.
Could you
nice.
Frances McDormand? Could you tell those people were going to be good when you went to school with them?
Well, Howard, judging from my other expertise and no.
As a matter of fact, she can't act.
Frances McDormand was really cool. She's really nice.
Yes.
She'll probably do some regional theater. On down the line. John Turturro. His nose is too big. No one wants to see him. It was constantly.
And were you all intense actors? And
I wasn't that. I mean, we were trying to do our thing, but
I could see Turturro being real annoying in acting school, like just all full of himself.
Not full. He was a really cool guy. He was a really cool guy, but very intense.
What percentage of your acting class ended up with a career? Probably a high percentage. What you say?
Yes, enough that we're still talking about people that went in that 3 years. Usually it's like 1 or 2 people.
Right.
It was never like there was a guy in my class who we used to call him class president because he got the lead in every play, every production. I have never heard from him again.
Did your family give you a lot of pressure not to be? They were like, you got into Yale, you shithead. What are you doing?
In acting
Be
school.
a doctor or something.
My mom. I remember when I told my mom I got into Yale, and she was at her bridge club meeting, and all the other black ladies were like, oh, David's going to Yale. What's he studying? And she said acting, and she described how embarrassed she was. Poor Ruthie. Yeah. Poor girl.
Here's the good news. He's in Yale.
Yeah.
Bad news is he's got a horrible major.
So they my parents, they want to be doctor, lawyer, Indian chief.
You even auditioned for the Tracy Ullman show and thought it would suck, right?
It was horrible.
Yeah, and you said, I don't want to do it.
Not only that.
Very bad eye.
I do. That's why when I got on Living Color, and still that show, I remember I moved
Such a
back.
great show.
Yeah, but I moved back to New York with my wife, back in the same funky apartment. And I said, now I can go back to theater. And Kim Wayans called me, and she talked me down like a crackhead. She said, look, this show's going to be great for you. I turned it down 2 or 3 times, and she's like, please, you've got to do this show.
Right.
And I was smart enough to listen, and that changed everything.
You auditioned for Cheers, right?
Yeah. Well, at that time, there were every 6 months or so, they'd say, look, they're looking for a black bartender, David. Now, I want you to go meet the producer.
Right.
It's not a reading. Just be yourself. Be this person that I'm laughing now.
Right.
Please, nothing.
Right. It's not a reading.
Nothing.
Oh, man.
I
You're
wanted
standing
to
out
be
with
like a doctor, you know, on a doctor show. That's really
That would have been nice.
Yeah.
You used to hang out with the legendary Sam Kinison. You know, he was a regular
Yeah.
guest on this show. He was great. He was brilliant, wasn't he?
Man, he's a voice that I miss. You know, he came on in Living Color.
Right.
And he did quite a bit with us. And he was one of the funniest people.
He was.
And smartest stand-ups I've ever seen.
You said one of his big bits was Martin Luther King if he came back.
You know, okay, so I saw him one time at the Comedy Store, and he said that, what do you think Martin Luther King would say if he were alive today and he saw Mr. T and Michael Jackson? You mean I took a bullet for this? This is why they shot me? Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah. He was brilliant. He was brilliant.
Wow. So you got kids, you got the wife.
2 dogs.
Second marriage, first
Second
time.
marriage.
What, you were fucking around on her?
No.
What happened?
It's just,
come on.
I got married before I was famous. I just got married when I was an actor.
Right.
And she was an actress also. And, you know, it's pressure on the career. We got, you know, I did Living Color, and it became very popular and worked a lot. And we were just unhappy. Did you screw around on your wife? No.
I did not.
No, I never. As a matter of fact, in 10 years of marriage, I never kissed another woman. I was absolutely faithful. And in hindsight, I should have fucked everything because I got, it was as if I was fucking around because I had a career.
Did you go through a period of time between your first marriage and your second marriage where you fucked everything that you could get your hands on? You did.
How many years between the 2 marriages?
95 to 2007.
Wow.
So I was ready. This time, there's no part of me that I've only been married a little over a year. We planned our daughter. You know, we planned to get pregnant and all this stuff. So there's no part of me when I look and hear about these parties and stuff like that. I've done it. It's
so your wife
over.
must be super hot. I mean, it's not
she's really smart. She's beautiful.
Yeah,
she
look
has
at
a
you.
great family.
You're doing good.
Yeah. Great daughter. I'm doing the show I've always wanted to do.
Good for you.
So I'm very happy.
You can see David Alan Grier hosting Chocolate News, premiering tonight at 10:30 on Comedy Central. Like we were saying, the show got tremendous reviews in the paper today. I read it today. I said, shit, I hope these reviews are good because I know he's coming.
Right.
No. I hope they are too. I was a little nervous.
Yeah.
And I do want to tell you that we listen to you every day.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody. Morty, all those guys who you know, Robert
Morty's your producer, huh?
Yeah.
He used to produce the Letterman show.
Yes,
I was wondering what the hell that guy was doing.
Is that the Morty we're talking about?
That's Morty, yeah.
Wow.
He's married with 2 little daughters out
No
there.
kidding. You hooked up with Morty. I like Morty. He's a good dude. Funny
he
guy.
is.
Carlos, you're on the air in Newark.
Hey, how you doing, Howard? I love all you guys. Listen, David Alan Grier does a good Marion Barry impression. He did it on Living Color.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, that's old. That's dusty.
That's old stuff. You don't even really.
He needs the crack smoke around him.
That's moldy. That's moldy. I don't know what I don't
You
know
need a
about that.
situation for that. John, go ahead. You're on the air in Miami, Florida.
Yeah, David, I don't know if it was you or somebody else from In Living Color, but you said that you ran into J-Lo once after she was famous and that she wouldn't even look at you?
No, that was Robert Schimmel, I think, or somebody else.
Oh, really?
Actually, J-Lo and I can't say J-Lo, Jennifer.
Right.
There's no J-Lo.
No.
J-Lo.
She's always been cool. We've always been cool. When I see her, we talk, we say, hey, get a hug, a kiss.
Isn't it weird, like somebody who was sort of like on the periphery of
on
your
the
show,
fringe, yeah.
and then like all of a sudden they become this big star? It's got to be weird.
It was like when I remember we went to the Vanity Fair party, you know, and J-Lo came up. She was so devastatingly hot in this like kind of translucent dress.
And again, did you
completely made over?
But did you kick yourself in the head like, go, how come I couldn't recognize that Seinfeld would be here? How come I can't recognize that J-Lo would have been a hot chick? I mean,
yeah, you could have plucked her right out of the crowd.
You know what I mean? Like, you could have gotten her.
Well, I could have, but, you know, that would prevent me from going for years home to my tequila closet and just crying myself.
He does have a bad eye. David doesn't remember this. In 1995, I met him at the Comedy Store, and he told me I would be the biggest star in show business.
I did meet you, though, Artie.
Can you imagine? You know what it's like, though? It's like JD on our show. Like 5 years from now, became the biggest star in the business. That's what David's talking about.
That's right.
Going to my
I will
tequila
tell you
closet.
something.
Right, yeah.
I will tell you something.
Go ahead.
There was a night. You asked did I ever just did it. No, this is worse. I remember reading the cover of Variety, and it was like Martin Lawrence got $20 million for his first. And I was driving the 101, and I pulled over, and I just said, you know what? I just need a minute, because that was at a time where I gotten this divorce, and I was paying out of my ass. I had to do every job. This is when dudes in Harlem were like, what the fuck are you doing? Pauly Shore, man, what's up? Tom Arnold. And I was like, you don't understand. So I did pull over. I just sat for a minute.
Did you cry?
Said, I didn't cry, but I took a lot of deep breaths. I said, ooh, 20 million. And I started the car and I just went right on back to work. It was, it was hard.
Man, that is tough. Do you have a lot of money? I mean,
I do. I mean, listen, I've been very fortunate. Do I get $20 million of film? No, but I've always worked.
But here's the thing. In Living Color didn't pay you anything because they got you when you were young and, you know, this was your first gig.
Well, Fox wasn't a network. That's
right, exactly. So it was, they could do whatever they want. They didn't have to pay you. And Comedy Central ain't paying you.
They're not
paying
a network.
A bit. They're paying more than normal people make.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But where was the chunk of dough that you made? Like, was it the movies?
I did. You know what? Here's what happened.
Yeah.
After the second year of Living Color, I sat out. Jim Carrey sat out. Jamie Foxx tried to sit out. A lot of people did. Yeah. And so then I started getting paid more.
Right.
So what I'm saying, I've always had a pilot. I've always had a development deal for the last 10 years. I have always had some kind of development deal. So I've always been getting money, getting paid, doing well. It's just I never did tremendously billion-trillion-dollar wealth.
Jason, you're on the air in Columbus, Ohio, with David Alan Grier, the host of Chocolate News. You got to watch it tonight at 10:30 on Comedy Central. It's getting great reviews. Go ahead, Jason.
Hey, David.
Hey, what's up, man?
I was wondering if you knew that Howard banged your Boomerang co-star, Robin Givens.
Yeah, I did know that.
Well, you did. Did she call you?
I dated her. I didn't say I banged her.
Did she call you?
I did know that. Let me tell you a story.
Yeah.
So, Damon and I were in Robin Givens' trailer when we were doing Boomerang. And Damon and I, we really wanted to ask Robin about Mike Tyson.
Right.
We didn't know how, so we sitting there giving each other eyes like, you go ahead. So Damon goes, what happened with you and Mike Tyson? And she goes, her eyes welled up, and she went, we were just two young kids in love. We left the trailer and fell out laughing. It was crazy. It was crazy.
She's a very nice
She
girl.
is.
She really is. She is. And beautiful. You don't get more beautiful than that.
I ran into her in the drugstore, and she had a little son. I think she had two kids.
She does. She has two kids. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
There you go. Walk down memory lane.
She didn't call you and tell you about Howard, though, huh?
I didn't know that. I would have asked her. I would have said, what's going on?
She probably would say, I prefer not to talk about that.
But how long did you go out with her?
We went out, how long, Robin? I don't know.
A few months.
A few months.
Yeah.
A couple of months we dated.
We were just a young kid and an older man in love.
She likes powerful men.
Yes, I'm glad to be in that group.
You got up in the draws. Now, is that the only black woman or what?
That's the only black woman I dated. In Roosevelt, I tried to date a lot of black women, but you got to understand, I'm older than you.
Yeah.
When I was growing up.
What is that noise?
Chris, are you there?
Yeah.
Could you stop the noise?
Oh, I thought that was a sound effect.
What are you, in guitar lessons?
Yeah,
Dude, I thought that was like they were playing music.
Yeah, who are you, Crosby, Stills, and Nash? No, but you got to understand one thing. When I had major crushes on a lot of black women when I was growing up, and I would try to date them, and the girls would say, "You crazy? We're gonna." Yeah, it's not in this community. It's just never going to be. Which I mean, first of all, I'm not the most delightful guy to go out with, but maybe they were using that as an excuse.
Yeah,
but
maybe they would have bent the rules.
There's no
in other
chance.
cases.
Yeah, there was no chance. I was in love with this girl, Judy. She had the most beautiful afro. She was tall, thin. I mean, I would have given my left nut to go out with her, but she looked at me like, "What the fuck are you crazy? I'm not going to ruin my reputation going out with an asshole like you."
I had a black chick crush in high school, man. This chick, Toy Green.
Now that's a black girl name.
Toy Green.
Toy Green.
Smoking hot.
That's a stripper name. Then.
Chris, go ahead. Ask your question in Longview, Texas.
Okay, well, David kind of hesitated whenever he, asked if he was with somebody famous. Was Lori Petty maybe the girl that he might have been?
That's true. No, Lori Petty and I dated for quite a while. She was the first relationship I was in.
Who is Lori Petty?
She was in
Petty's-
Tank Girl.
yeah.
She was in
And
a lot of big
the
movies.
big movie, the baseball movie.
Right. A League of Their Own.
League of
She
Their
was
Own.
in. She's very beautiful.
So
Very
what's the
striking.
problem there? Why didn't you?
Nothing. I'll tell you what the problem there was. Timing. Because it was the first relationship after I had gotten a divorce. So it was all, if she left a piece of lint in my house, I was over there, here you go. I had just gotten out of this. I wasn't trying to get married. But yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Well, let me tell you something. You are a delightful man to have on the show. Super talented guy. I love everything you did in Living Color.
Thank you.
Was, I mean, really, just amazing. And
groundbreaking, yeah.
Groundbreaking stuff. And now I'm wishing you a lot of luck on this Chocolate News premiering tonight at 10:30 on Comedy Central.
You know what I wanted to ask him about Living Color? Well, you forget all the shit he did. The two gay guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, you going to have any gay characters in Chocolate News?
I do play.
You got to throw them in there.
Transgender.
Transgender.
Character.
Yeah.
And, you know, when they put the titties on, it was one of those, it was so fucked up because I was walking to the set and the crew guys were like, hey, what's up, man? They all had like cameras and stuff, and I knew if this is not funny, I am fucked. I'm like going to be blogged into the shitter. But it was very funny. So yeah, new characters, all new stuff.
I wanted to ask him about because the guys writers on his show, executive produced Mad TV, these guys Fax and Adam, they're real funny guys. And I used to ask them all. We used to ask them all the time. The character you did where it was you and Tommy Davidson doing those guys with the like the BAM!
The BS Brothers.
What was the name of those guys?
Clavel. My name was Clavel. Yeah. Those were guys.
What was that based on?
Those were real guys.
Really?
Because the first year of Living Color, there was no security.
Right.
So people, I remember one time the Fly Girls were dancing, and these two dudes tapped Lisa, one of them, hey girl, hey, let me get your number. You know, that kind of stuff. Guys would come down into makeup and dudes would be up there, and those were those guys who would hit on Keenan like, you know, hey, look here, brother, I'm trying to get a script to Spike Lee. Now, what can I do to help you help me? And we started doing those guys for him and all that stuff. And so that's where they came out. They were real dudes.
These characters always have their card, like you know, like there's a hot chick like in a Tommy's like, yeah, bam!
And it's black people. Everywhere I go, I meet people. I met this dude in the Burger King line at the airport. He's like, hey, man, what's up now? Do a little barbershop thing. What can I do to produce one of your shows? I'm like,
what are you talking about?
Didn't you just tell me you cut hair? Yeah, only black people will do that shit. Havret, what can I do to get a production with you?
Clavel.
But it's so true because I guess every black guy says, hey, why are you not helping me? I'm a black guy too, and you have to step up to the plate.
Well, last night we were coming out. Friend of mine, Drew Frazier, black dude, comic, you know, and this other dude comes up. He says, hey, man, big fan. Just want to give you my card. I'm a young brother, just got in town, trying to make some moves. So I took it, and I started walking away. Drew was like, well, what the fuck do you do? And the guy stopped. He's like, I'm marketing, organizational planning. We're like, what? I thought he was a comic. I'm like, what? You ain't even.
How are you going to help him?
You're not even in the same business.
No, I can't help you. I can't help you.
Maybe even let you go to the market for you.
Exactly. I can't help you.
The great David Allen Greer.
David. Well, it's over. It was great. It was great. I've been a fan of Howard's for like years. I've wanted to do this show. It was just a wonderful experience, man.
You guys seem like you're really hitting it off in there. It was very comfortable, and you're just telling stories. And
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Morty and I, Pete Aronson, all of the producers on Howard Stern, the first thing we talk about in the morning is, did you listen to Howard? Unfortunately, the Sirius radio is in my wife's car, so I only listen to it when I'm in her car. Or I do listen to it late at night.
On the replay?
Yeah.
What is it about Howard Show that makes you feel comfortable and really, why is it so funny and so real?
Listen, there are two people where I felt that comfortable, David Letterman and Howard Stern, maybe Adam Carolla is another one. It's their talent as interviewers, really, because we never met. I never met Howard, and it's his ability to put you at ease, to be honest for a minute, and so that's why I think he's so good. Also, he asks those questions that we all want the people to ask, and they never do.
Right. You know, it's got to be a lot different from all the other press you've been doing for Chocolate News.
Exactly. All the other press was like, it's corny.
Scripted questions.
Yes, corny crap. And they tell you, I'm going to ask you about your toes. Is that cool? And you're like, yeah. I'm easy though. I'm easy. I don't really need to any prep, let's just do it.
Cool. And you also got to reconcile with Robin a little bit.
I did. I was just giving her a hard time. I was a little nervous when I went in there at first, but it's true. It was true. It was all true. It was all true.
Well, thanks for stopping by, man. Good luck with talking.
John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Ralph, and on Monday's wrap-up show, we're going to be talking about who knows Howard best, the big game we played, and it was really good, and I lost.
Let's start off with the big game today, which was between Howard's parents, Ralph Cirella, and Beth Stern, and the big winner was Robin Quivers. Gary, do you think Robin was going to win?
No. Well, yeah, no, I did think Robin was going to win. I got to think about that again. I thought Howard's parents know a lot about the camp stuff, but there's a lot of his life that they don't know after he was 21. And the funny thing is that there's things that they got wrong that Robin got correct that you could have gotten from listening to the radio show. Like the first girl Howard ever slept with, he's told that story a gazillion times.
See, I didn't remember that.
Yeah, no, he's talked about it a lot.
No, you're right.
In fact, he even he jokes around. He invites her to movie screenings because he's still always out to impress her. So, like, if you listen to the show, you could have gotten that one.
You see, Ralph came in, he had notes, he prepared, talking a big game, and came up short when it counted.
Well, you know, that's the story of my life.
But the thing I think is funny is that the person that least wanted to win, or at least needed to win, won. In other words, Howard's parents want to win because of Howard's parents. Beth wants to win because she's his wife. Ralph wants to win because he needs the money, and he's Howard's best friend. Robin didn't really give a shit, and she won.
Yeah, I wake up this morning, and Robin goes, when you said there was $5,000, she goes, oh, I don't need that. I was like, oh, you make me sick, and she won. Oh, couldn't be worse. That couldn't have gone worse.
Do you think Robin is a gracious winner?
Sure, why not? I mean, you know,
you were sort of a sore loser. You admit that, right?
Oh, absolutely. I had that money spent. I'm telling you.
Teddy, did you really? Did you really?
Yes, I had a buy order in for another $5,000 worth of apples.
But did you really think that were you pretty solidly sure you were going to win?
I thought I would. I thought Howard's parents would come in dead last, which they did, and I thought it would be a tie between me and Beth. I forgot Robin was playing. Honestly, I realized that yesterday when somebody told me, but. Listen, she spends 5 hours a day with him. So if you ask her who's his first girlfriend, she's going to know that. You know what I mean?
But you spend a lot of time listening to the show. And again, that answer was there to have. That particular one was there to have.
But she should, you know, Robin should really
What did you get wrong? What did you personally get wrong?
I didn't know the Robin one.
Right.
And the water. I mean, I know that he drinks seltzer and cranberry, but that's not his favorite. He always drinks water.
But you know what they meant by a drink. Yeah. What's his favorite drink?
Yeah,
you know
but that could be alcohol too. That could be vodka with a
what was the
splash.
answer?
What was the seltzer and cranberry? I've seen him drink that, but you know, if it's his favorite drink, how come he doesn't drink it here? Wouldn't you drink that here if it was your favorite drink? It's not his favorite drink.
Maybe that's not his favorite morning drink, but it's favorite rest of the day drink, which you spent time with him as well.
Ralph was a bit of a sore loser. Hit number one, Teddy. Here's Robin winning and Ralph complaining.
What is the name of the African-American Howard once dated? What is the name of the African-American that Howard once dated? Don't talk out loud. Don't say out loud. Believe it or not, Howard once dated an African-American. This comes as a shock to some people.
A lot of people canceling their subscription.
There you go. I don't care. Mom and Dad, what did you write down?
I don't know.
No answer. Honey?
Robin Givens.
Correct. Ralph?
The
Robin
very hot
Givens.
Robin Givens.
Correct.
Did I have to have a last name? Because I put just Robin, but I meant Robin Givens.
Yeah, no, you need a last name. No, it's her first name. She doesn't know her last name.
Of course I know Robin Givens.
Could have been
Everybody calls me
you.
Givens.
No, she doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
She doesn't get it?
No.
What? Look at the judge.
Doesn't get to make the rules.
What?
The contestant doesn't get to
Of course she
make
got it right.
You grasping at straws there, Ralph? Did you know you were beat?
Well, it could have been the Robin for the first answer. I mean, you know what I mean? She just writes down Robin. She'd be right 2 out of the 10 times.
You're like a rat in a cage. Being poked with a stick.
Megan Boston, you're on the wrap-up show.
No wonder people hate me. I'm a
Yeah,
horrible
hi.
loser.
I think I'm the only person who likes Ralph in the world, but I just wanted to call in that he's never on the, well, I never hear him live on the show, so I wanted to just tell you that I really like you, and I don't understand why people don't like you. And I also wanted to have another question, but
People love me.
Meg,
really.
how much time have you spent alone with Ralph?
I had no. Is it really different?
No, he's
one-on-one time versus I think he's
it's
so
even better.
interesting.
It's even better just hanging out with me.
And I like how opinionated he is. He brings something to the table, you know?
The best Ralph to hang out with is the one that's not on the radio.
Well,
Great. Ralph not on the radio is fun, funny, and a nice guy. It's a guy on the radio that's brutal.
Oh, see, I love
Is
the
that
guy on the
Ralph
radio.
horrible?
I think he's the best. He's so honest.
What's your other question,
He's so
Meg?
funny.
No, let her
well,
go
I wanted
on.
to find
Why are
out
you moving
about
her along?
We're short on time. Go ahead, Meg.
Okay, so I wanted to find out how you guys how you and Howard became best buddies. What's your meeting story?
Well, first of all, I want to know because this is a story that you and I have had a disagreement on. How did you come to the show?
I was doing special effects makeup work, and you guys were starting to do live shows, and I had been listening for a while, and I went to one of the shows at Club Benet, and I brought some pictures of my work, like different makeups and stuff that I had been doing, and I gave it to an intern, and then you called me.
Right, I guess
said,
Howard
Howard liked your stuff, come in, he wants to talk to you about something. We came in and talked about a couple things.
I remember, you know what I remember about that? I remember Ralph came in, and Ralph was sort of young and sort of in awe of Howard, and Howard had no time for Ralph, and Ralph was trying to measure like crazy because he was doing a prosthetic for Howard for a New Year's Eve show where he was going to be like Rocky. It was going to have a big full chest, and then it was like a giant penis to be made. And Howard's I remember Howard would say to me listen, I don't know this guy that well. Let's keep this meeting brief. And Ralph kept, Ralph was like one of those guys who had the ruler out. And I realized now that Ralph needed a lot of time. But what were you doing for a living at the time?
I was working on movies, and I was working for my friend's parents at an automotive place and at the parking lot too.
Right.
You actually called me at the parking lot.
I told that
you
story.
called me at Epstein's. I was working at Epstein's in Morristown.
So you got so mad at me because I told that story in the air once, and you go, "That's not what I was doing." Ralph had once told me
I had 3 jobs. I'm a very hard worker, but it was funny because right away you were confrontational with me. You go, Howard gets a lot of stuff, and you're very lucky that he's calling you. You right away you were mad at me.
See, it's really funny. I don't remember saying that, but I know you see it as confrontational. Of course, I didn't know you.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not generally confrontational.
No,
I might have said, this is really a good thing.
Yeah.
Because Howard gets a lot of stuff and he doesn't answer.
But
so
you were
you
don't know how lucky you are. But
I think that's how you heard it.
Yeah.
Now, Ralph, so you worked with Howard in the beginning. When did your friendship change? You know what I mean? A lot of us work with him, but you've clearly become very close with him.
You did all that time with us on the Channel 9 show, and you guys were just worked with us, but you weren't friends then, right?
Yeah, and I guess it was just because I started doing wardrobe with him, and I would go to his house.
So when did that start? What year?
It started around Channel 9 sometime.
Right. So you guys
I started shopping for him a little bit, then going through his closet and seeing what looked good, that kind of thing.
But when did you guys realize? When did you realize that that you guys had more in common than just you showing up for an hour a day?
Right away. Right away, I thought we were friends. You know what I mean? In my, you know what I mean? He's somebody I could relate to. Right. I sound stalkerish, but I listened to him on the radio. I thought he was funny, and
But do you realize how many guys think they're you, and they're not?
Yeah, they're not. No, see, that's why I'm smart.
But it is funny because they did hit it off right away. Right off the bat, Howard liked him, talking about stuff. And when I introduced Ralph to speak at the wedding, and I said, Ralph's been telling everybody for years that he's Howard's best friend, and much to his chagrin, it's true. Here's Ralph to give a speech.
I was nervous about Gary gives me the worst intro ever. I'm like, I was thinking about that over the weekend.
I actually thought,
F you, Gary.
I actually thought it was the opposite. I thought it was validation. I thought it was validation that you are, in fact, his best friend.
Hey, it's Al, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, Richard and I pranked Steve Langford. It came out great. Enjoy it. Check it out.
Sal and Richard now joining us here on the wrap-up show. Got a lot of props today, boys. Congratulations.
Yeah, we got to thank the news team who tipped us off. That's how it all started.
From High Pitch Mike?
Well, we don't want to say specifically, but there were a lot of guys who want to remain on.
There's 4 people back there.
It definitely wasn't Lisa G.
And one of them's Langford. So
it's Shuley or Mike.
Or both.
And everybody, Tim Sabian was involved to a certain degree. Jim McClure helped us out tremendously. We had about 4 or 5 different scouts going back and forth working on this for us. So
Now, are you worried? Because Steve does have a little bit of a vindictive streak. Are you worried that there is a retribution?
I'm worried
phone call
about
comes out?
like maybe some crusty cushion at the back of a strip club might come up now. Some semen samples.
What?
In Buffalo. Maybe one of those tip-off calls might do me in.
Hey,
but,
a couple.
No, I'm just joking. There's nothing that.
And everything
what
bad.
am I talking about? I don't.
Everything bad.
And let him talk.
Oh, sorry.
I have no worries. No worries.
You're not worried. Kidding aside, you're not worried that Langford's going to try and come back at you?
It's funny because me and Richard had talked to them about how we were worried about this, right?
Well, yeah, we were worried about is we didn't want to piss him off because he's been real cool to us. He's a big fan of our calls, but then we were thinking, well, if he's a fan of our calls, he should appreciate this.
Let me tell you how nutty these two are. Like 2 months ago, they called me into the office. They lock the door, right? Like they got uranium in there.
Yeah, we do.
And they go, we're working on the secret project. They're so all about it. I forgot about it, right? They called me back yesterday. This phone call we were working on for 2 years. Again, they locked the door. And I'm like, you know what, guys? I can't really concentrate on it. It's 3.5 minutes. Give it to me on a CD. Richard writes on it, super secret call. Like, they weren't even put Steve Langford prank on it. Like, this is the biggest secret in the world. Then they sent me a note.
They're not messing around.
No.
They're being very serious.
Then they sent me a note this morning. Did you like the call? Our suggestion is you play it for Steve when he comes in for the news so we could look at his face. I'm like, guys, give me the fucking call.
Yeah.
But it was funny. It's a great call.
Thanks.
Thank you.
But you guys were like, it was like you were holding gold.
Yeah.
Well,
So you recorded Sour Shoes for 2 hours nonstop?
Yeah, we would go to lunch and we'd just say, okay, Sour Shoes.
And we let the tape go.
Do an hour of songs about Steve Langford. And then we'd come back and hang up on Sour Shoes and cut up his songs.
The problem with Sour Shoes, it's almost like his OCD. As we're trying to execute a prank with him, he's kind of fucking with us.
Right.
So we can't get anything done. So I say to Richard, let the tape run. And that's all we did. And we got 2 hours worth of his songs and chopped it up.
Yeah, because at first we tried working with him.
It's a
We would
nightmare.
three-way Sour Shoes and Langford, and it just didn't work. So we're like, best way to work with Sour Shoes is to have him as a recording.
I don't know about you, but I swear to God, one of those Tuesdays where we have an open hour, I would kill to just hear the hour. Like, I would love to hear from 7 to 8 o'clock at night the hour that you guys went to lunch and what Sour Shoes did for an hour.
We can give you the uncut version of it.
Is it just him going on and on?
Once in a while, you hear him like fidget with something in his bedroom, or his mom will yell in the background or something.
Sometimes he'll call me all day, and it gets to the point, instead of me hanging up, I just put him on hold. And then like an hour and a half later, after doing my work, I'll go to the phone and forget. I pick it up, and there he is in the middle of the song.
If you guys get a chance tomorrow, can you pull some of the outtakes of his mother yelling at him? I would kill to hear that.
Sure. And it's funny, too. I don't know if Steve has this on his phone, but me and Sal had new office phones put in because of Sour Shoes, where you can send calls right to the voicemail. Like, there's a button where the phone won't ring, because Sour Shoes got to us, too. So we just got these new office phones where he can't get a hold of us.
And another thing that made the call so great wasn't just Langford's reaction, which was hysterical, but the songs he picked.
Right.
And
Yeah,
when
they
he
were
came
great.
in on them were fantastic.
No, good for Langford that this is finally done, because he's been going through hell, and I'm glad it's done. And our listeners, our millions of listeners, won't call Sirius and get Steve's office number and just start doing this. They're cool. They wouldn't do that.
Benji, go ahead, Joel.
No, I was just going to say on my end,
212.
when we started talking about when they told me about the prank, on my end I had my news recorder set up to get audio of Steve freaking out after he hung up with Sour Shoes, and the one day where he went apeshit and smashed the phone down. I stopped recording Steve. I was like, he may throw that shit at my head. Like, I don't know. He's so passionate about his job, and the fact that Sour Shoes was stopping him from doing his work, it was killing him. He would walk to Brad's office, our news director, once, twice a day to go complain about Sour Shoes.
I have the audio of him throwing his phone. It sounds kind of funny. I didn't put it in the call because you can't really tell what it is unless you set it up saying, this is when Steve throws his phone, but it sounds pretty funny.
There was a point where Steve Langford came into our studio, and me and Richard, we'd have everything set up where I'd have a sound bite up of a prank call in the works, Richard would have a song up, and when Steve walked in, we would hit that and put on our headphones and pretend we were working. That's how paranoid we were about
and
it.
he got a little suspicious one time and came in like a month or two ago, and we, just played it off. I pretended I was in the middle of recording a Robin song and stuff. But
I just said that.
Yeah, well, no, but he went to Brad and said that he checked on us and it wasn't us. So Steve thought that he had investigated us and proved that it wasn't us.
I would love to know what the investigation was that cleared you.
Now, how long were you working on this thing?
About 2 months.
2 or 3
Howard
months.
heard it before the wedding. He came into the studio, goes, "What are you working on, boys?" And we played a little piece of it, and he loved it. And then when I think prior to the vacation, he said, "Is that bit ready?" And I said on the air, "It wasn't." And that was the bit that he was referring to.
This is our Ben-Hur.
On Wednesday's wrap-up show, a whole bunch of my wedding shit got brought up again. Sal started screaming at me about not being mad at Artie, who said that he'd only go if Howard goes. Sal obviously doesn't know what a joke is. But anyway, it just turned into a whole bunch of yelling between me, Richard, Sal, and Gary about my wedding. I can't wait for this bullshit to be over.
Jason Kaplan now joining us on the wrap-up show. Apparently, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Jason smashing his face
There was
with
a
the
oil
microphone.
Yeah, they must have oiled these things.
Apparently, your wedding is now a huge controversial matter. Let's go through this very quickly.
Okay.
Howard says that Robin announces that she's going to have a +1 at your wedding.
Right.
Howard reveals he will now be attending your wedding, although you weren't sure if he was going or not. And Artie then says, "Well, I'm going to attend too." Give us the inside scoop?
Well, I'll start backwards. I talked to Artie. He said that he was just fucking around on the air. I mean, I talked to him a couple days ago about the wedding. Artie did this to Will too. He's very, non-committal. I'm going to try and come. I like to be there. So that's what he said yesterday, and that's what he still said to me today.
Do you believe that he was just fucking around on the air?
Yeah, I believe it. Artie's not like that.
But why is he being non-committal about your wedding? I know he didn't want to go. Will's was very close to when he tried to start a sobriety, and it was a hike away.
It's a different thing. He's like, I got a gig in Toronto the night before. I'm going to try and make it. He asked me about every other day when my wedding is. I told him like a million times.
So let me ask you a question.
Well, apparently,
I think he's keeping his options open.
Are you offended on any level that if it were Howard's wedding and he had a gig in Toronto the night before, that it would be no issue that he'd be there?
A little, I don't know, maybe a little. I don't know. Again, I know. Richard and Sal and all these guys get mad at him, but I don't know. Artie gets as Artie told Richard and Sal when he apologized to them. He's better than them. He's on a different plane than them. He's smarter and funnier than them, so he gets to operate under his own rules. It's annoying when you're trying to put a wedding guest list together and somebody, it's easier when you have a yes or a no and you know for sure. So that is very annoying.
Artie also reminded Howard how long it takes to get to Jason's wedding today,
he was
too.
bullshitting with that. Listen, I'm not going to make any guarantees because who knows what fucking traffic will be like. But it's a 45-minute ride from the bridge. Now, I don't know how long it takes you to get over the bridge, but so add whatever it takes you to get over that. It's a 45-fucking-minute ride.
I loved when. What's the main road you said takes you there?
80.
Route 80. It's it goes fucking out to San Francisco. It's a
when
huge
you said
road.
Route 80, the howling laughter that Artie had. He's like, Route 80.
It's much better than the Southern State Parkway.
I think Route 80 was just voted like the worst.
No, it wasn't.
By truckers, it's considered the worst route in the country.
Well, good. There'll be no truckers on Route 80.
I'm sorry. Is Benji going to the wedding?
No, Benji let me know that he will not be able to attend.
And that's a definite no.
That's a definite 100%. Thank you for inviting me, but I can't make it.
Because you always say that, you just said that it's really hard when you can't get a definitive answer.
Right. No, Benji gave me a definitive answer, and I appreciate it.
I would have loved to have gone. And
do you want to go?
No,
do you want to go now because Howard and Artie and Robin are all going to be there?
The big draw beyond the wedding, because I actually love weddings, was Anne Marie's going to be there. That's a girl that we used to all work with. So that's what I feel like, I'm going to miss out on.
I would rather you not come.
But hold on. Why aren't you going, Benj?
I'm back on a night schedule, and I don't know what else.
Okay, if at Jason's wedding there were vegetarian meals at Barbara Walters,
what time does the wedding
at
start?
Barbara Walters,
Well, don't ask me this now after you already declined.
No, it doesn't start at 5 because they were saying it's 7 tonight.
No, the ceremony is about like 5:15, 5:30, and so the party starts.
See, I was going to ask you if I could come around 7. But I was like, I don't want to give him.
You could have. I would have said yes. But since you already said no, I'm going to hold you to it. And honestly, just because, I don't know, I already counted you out. I need that seat.
All right.
And why aren't you crying over Benji not coming? That's a crazier reason than my.
Hold on, who's better? Would you say that Jason's better friends with you or with Benji?
You talk to Benji a lot more. You've known Benji longer.
Okay, Richard. Here's the deal. I'm not going through all this stuff.
Well,
again.
I know, and I don't want to either. But
I'm
it's
over
just
it. I'm over you not coming. It's totally fine. Whatever. We're still friends. At least on my end we are. I don't know if you still harbor resentment towards me. And that's it. I'm over it. So
yeah, but it seems kind of like
Benji said he couldn't go.
I know,
What am
but
gonna
it's
do, argue with him?
ridiculous too that you're not like crying about Artie not coming. You're not crying about Benji.
Well, Richard, that should make you feel special about how much you meant to me.
I know, but and then when you say stuff a while ago like that me and Sal aren't important, then why would you want to have us at your wedding?
First of all, I was quoting Artie and trying to make a joke. Second of all, you guys are important, and I do want you there, and that's why I was upset when you said you weren't coming. And you should take it as an honor that when you said you weren't coming, it upset me more than anyone else so far who said they weren't coming.
It wasn't, and again, I don't want to bring it all up again, but I think, Richard, it wasn't that you weren't coming. It was the reason why you weren't coming.
Yeah, but the reason
hold on.
reason I'm not coming is just as good of a reason as why anybody else is not coming.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's just, you know what?
What? The fact that it's an hour away, that's a better reason for somebody not coming
No
than
one has
the
claimed
fact
that
that
they're
I
not
want to
coming.
see a concert that is the most important concert of my life.
You know what? Shame on you when in another year some dumbass Halloween thing comes up, and that's the most important moment of your life.
That will be the most
It will
important.
be.
Right. I mean, that's a bad comparison.
Why is my excuse worse than anybody else's?
You know what? It's not. It's fine. You're not coming. Don't worry.
I don't
want
wanna go down this road again.
It's a stupid argument. Benji's not coming. He gave me a definitive answer, which I really appreciated because I know he flip-flopped with Will like as his date got closer. And so he gave me a definite no. I'm sad Benji won't be there. I definitely consider him a friend, but I'm not going to get in an argument with Benji. And Artie is Artie, and I know that sounds lame when you say that, but look how Artie rolled into Howard's wedding. I mean, he looked like a mess. He obviously didn't care.
So
and,
that should be more the reason why you shouldn't want him there.
But that's just the way Artie is. He's like that with everybody. That's his MO. And again, I would really appreciate to get a definitive answer from Artie. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get it.
What do you mean Artie didn't care?
I mean, Artie didn't go to Will's wedding for.
No, when you said he came to
he
Howard's,
obviously did not care. I mean, did not think the wedding was important enough to actually dress up nice and present himself in a presentable way.
So you think he treated it as
he treats everything else, something he rolled out of bed to come to.
Yeah, but Jason, let me ask you this: when Howard first revealed that he's going to your wedding, and the first breath out of Artie's mouth, without thinking, shit, now I got to go too. Hold on, let me finish. No, it wasn't. Don't you kind of take that as an insult that he is going strictly to hang out with Howard, and he has no intentions to celebrate your day? First of all, that's how I would take it if it was my wedding, and you made no stink about it, yet this guy wants to go to a concert, and you spent a half hour crying about it.
First of all, I talked to Artie after this thing. He still said he doesn't know if he's going to come. So whatever he said on the air, it still hasn't changed his answer from yesterday or the day before. If Artie is only going to come because Howard's going to be there, then that's Artie's prerogative, and I'm not going to worry about it.
Yeah, but also Artie said and I believe him. He says he doesn't want to be the asshole that doesn't go. It wasn't to be with Howard. It was to not be the one.
So why should Howard make the difference, whether he's there or not?
Because now Artie is the big guy that's not going.
Sal, why are you so upset?
Because he ripped the living shit out of Richard for an hour over nothing.
I said I was upset that he wasn't coming over a dumb excuse. What I thought
it's the
Richard
best day in his life.
You know,
whatever. It's over.
It's over. I mean, it's disgusting that you're selling yourself out for a celebrity versus a friend. Yeah, you're giving Artie a free pass because he's the great Artie Lang, and I find that to be disgusting.
Can I ask a question? Where's a switch on you where I get you out of stockbroker mode?
No, I'm dead serious.
But why is it
not? He's not. No, Gary, are you kidding me? He's not breaking Artie's balls at all over this, and he broke Richard's balls for an hour over a concert.
Do you know what he just had a conversation with Artie. What Artie said on the air isn't really what he means.
But you believe that?
To some degree. But I know that Richard absolutely means what he said.
But Richard's honest. He said it right off the bat.
So being socially wrong and being honest is the better thing?
No.
In other words,
you guys don't.
My
it's
opinion,
not socially wrong as far as I'm concerned.
That's my opinion. Right. That's my opinion is that it's way wrong. It's a big social faux pas. But it's not your opinion. It's my opinion. But it's, it doesn't make it right because he's telling you right up front what he's doing.
You're also you're leaving something out. Hold on a second.
Go ahead.
If Steve Brandano back in the office told me he wasn't coming to my wedding because he had some awesome concert to go to, that would hurt me way more than Artie or Howard not coming to my wedding. It all has to do with your relationship to the person.
How would
Artie
you
and I
feel?
are friendly, but I mean,
how would you
whatever,
feel? All right,
what?
how would you feel if I told you I'm not sure about going to the wedding, and then I found out Howard's going and I'm going? Do you think my intentions would be to celebrate the most important day of your life, or to be there because Howard's there?
No,
how would you take it?
I wouldn't trust.
But I'm not the one who immediately muttered out of my mouth, "Shit, now I gotta
Dude,
go."
He's on the fucking air. He's making a joke. Jesus, get the fuck over.
Wait, Howard's definitely going.
Yeah, don't you know anything about comedy?
Can I get
apparently
info?
your coach.
Yeah, Howard. According to Howard, he's definitely going. I gave him an. I mean, I don't
Richard,
give
we
him
should
anything.
go, man.
But,
And
Yeah, maybe I'll go now.
No, and there's a rule, and this isn't just apply for the people here. Anybody who RSVP'd no to my wedding cannot now change it because Howard's going.
What if Howard drops out and the last minute I want to go?
No, there are no more. If you said no, the only exception I made was for Howard, and that will be the only.
But no, you
exception
made the
I
exception for Artie too. You said he could wait till last minute.
No, I didn't tell Artie. I ask him every day if he could give me an answer. What am I going to do? Hold a gun to his head?
Yeah. Well, no. If Brandano says to you, I don't have an answer yet, are you gonna let him wait till the last minute?
I would ask him every day, "What's your deal? I need to know," which is what I tell Artie. But whatever. Listen. For the 5 Jewish people out there, I'm treating Artie like Elijah. I'm leaving an empty chair and an open door, and if he shows up, great. And
Jason, in my opinion, and this is strictly my opinion, I think you're giving Artie a free pass because he is Artie.
I am,
and that's it.
That's pretty much it.
And that's pretty sad.
Sal,
that's a very superficial thing to do.
Whatever you say,
taking
buddy.
your argument one step further, he's not giving Benji a hard time. He gave Richard a hard time, but he's not giving Benji a hard time.
You clearly refuse to see the reality of the issue.
The other thing is that, and be really honest, if this were you and you weren't married and you were getting married and this whole thing went down this way, would you be offended that Howard was coming, or would you be grateful?
If Howard was coming, I would be grateful. If Artie was coming, I'd be grateful. But if I had a situation where I yelled at a guy for an hour who was honest with me, and then I had another guy mutter out of his mouth, "Oh, well, I guess I'm going to go too," where does that person's real intent lie? To celebrate his friend's wedding, or to be there because Howard Stern is there?
I think we're going around in circles. I think Jason is again. Jason is again saying that Artie was doing comedy for the air that you've taken as fact.
And that's
where you guys disagree.
And that's fine, and I'll leave it at that. But I'm just saying, and Jason,
hold on, and one more
Jason
thing.
agrees to a certain extent that it's because who Artie Lang is.
All right, then leave it at
fine.
Then leave it at that.
And we'll leave it at that. But I find that
Good.
disgusting on your part, Jason.
You didn't leave it.
Why
Duly
leave it?
noted.
Leave it at that.
I'm leaving it disgusted.
Hey, this is John Hine, and on Thursday's wrap-up show, we got to talk about Maureen McCormick. You may not know that name. She's better known as Marsha Brady, and I was a big Brady Bunch fan growing up. All of us were. And she came in and gave an interview with Howard that I never thought I'd hear, talking about doing black guys, trading sex for coke. She actually said the word cunt. And that's not the Marsha I knew, but we got a kick out of it and talked about Marsha, and, well, here's what we said.
The big guest today, Marsha Brady, Maureen McCormick, and Gary and I were looking forward to this interview quite a bit.
We were. This is so in my zone, my era. This is what I grew up with. In fact, I was surprised. I think she's 52 years old. I thought she was my age. I guess I'm more on a par with Jan than I am with Marsha. But I mean, I love that. You and I watched it did you watch it as a first run show?
No, I saw the end of it as the first run show, but then it lived in syndication in every market in the country forever.
Right. I watched it as a first run show. It was a Friday night show. I think it was on with the Partridge Family and a bunch of other shows. It was on ABC. I remember 10 o'clock was Love American Style, but it was a huge show for me when I was a kid.
I mean, that was one of the first shows that was heavily syndicated, and I remember coming home from school or whatever it was, like 4:30, 5:30, locally, watching every single one, and everybody else has watched it at one time or another. And one of the things about the show is that you saw those kids grow up. Like, Maureen started when she was 12, and then left when, I guess, a few years later. And
who can forget Bobby's performance of It's Time to Change? I know what you're saying, John.
Gary and I can really geek out over this. So Maureen McCormick comes in, and she did Celebrity Fat Camp or whatever it is. Fit Club, same thing. And we weren't sure sort of how she would look, but I thought she looked pretty good.
She looked pretty good. Listen, she could stand to trim a couple of pounds, but she's thinner than she's been. I said to John, a cute face trumps a lot of stuff. She does a very, very beautiful face and a great smile. She's got a pretty bubbly personality. Again, John's going to get into it. She talked about a lot of things today, and you're sitting there and you listen, you can call her whatever you want, but Marsha Brady, is talking about doing black dudes and anal and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, it's Marsha Brady. I mean, Barry Williams has the same problem. He's Greg Brady, and he's sort of embraced it. And I was curious to see how Marsha would take to that. Would she be annoyed by it or embrace that kind of life? And she seems to be all right with it.
Yeah, I wanted Howard to press her on it, and he did. I thought it was like one of my favorite moments on the show was when we had Ringo on the show, and Vinny Favale was just annoying the shit out of him. And he goes, Howard goes, let me ask you a question. Does it ever get tiring? He goes, is it ever too much? And Ringo had this long pause, and he goes, it is. It does get it gets to be too much. And I thought Maureen would be like being called Marsha would be too much, but she's still digging it.
Yeah, she absolutely dug it. And another interesting thing, what she remembered and what she didn't remember. I know she did a lot of coke, and I know it's convenient sometimes to block out stuff and to really block out stuff. But,
Do you know anybody who doesn't remember the first person they slept with?
Maureen McCormick, apparently.
Exactly.
But I don't know if I doubt her story. You know? I mean, she definitely had a wild life. But
Artie and I were saying, she was saying that her nickname was Hoover for coke. And I said maybe it was a nickname for another reason. He said, there's no good reason for a woman to have the nickname Hoover, one way or the other.
So true. But when you look at her face, you just see Marsha Brady.
A very sweet girl.
Very sweet.
Who's not a girl, a very sweet 52-year-old girl.
What'd you think of that little hug and kiss she, not to jump ahead, but that hug and kiss she gave Howard at the end?
She was digging him.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she was digging him.
And it made you wonder that if you had coke back then, you could have had Marsha Brady. Rick in Pittsburgh, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rick.
Wanted to comment on Maureen McCormick and then make a suggestion for Howard 100 News. Interview was great. Howard's the best interviewer, I think, and I think we can all agree on that. But I guess the phone calls, and maybe, Gary, you can give me some enlightenment on that. Is Howard making the choices to go to these guys knowing they're going to talk about things as gross as licking her asshole? I guess
it's hard to say because, he may or may not. Listen, Howard could look up on the board. Since I've done the wrap-up show, I've learned that people will call in and say that they're going to talk about one thing and then switch gears.
Right.
But yeah, he might have known what they were going to talk about. But the thing is that Maureen, again, without the visual, it's hard to tell. She was totally up for stuff today. She could handle anything. I think she's gotten to the point where she's like, you know what, Marsha Brady's ready to talk about everything.
And to get a little bit inside, when we have a screen here, we get maybe 6 to 10 words of what you're going to talk about. So if it says, Rick thinks the callers were rough on Maureen, and then you start talking about something else, I have no way of knowing that. With Howard, it's the same. I mean, but I think callers are less likely to shift gears on Howard than they would on our show.
Right. And I think there was that one guy called, got through 3 or 4 times. He wanted to say the C word. So that was the guy I think was being particularly rough.
And of course, which she obliged.
Which was really funny.
Yeah, good for her.
The whole office went, whoa.
Shane, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hi, how are you guys?
Good, Shane. What's on your mind?
Actually, I just wanted to comment on the Marsha Brady interview today.
Okay.
I thought it was great. It's always great when you guys get big stars on there that you guys can be talking to them, whichever way you want. She sounded very comfortable. It really surprised me.
She was. She really was comfortable doing it. I think, again, you come to do a Howard Stern interview, especially on satellite radio, you know what to expect, and she was totally up for it.
Well, within the first few minutes of the interview, she was talking about coke and sex and liking black guys, and you could tell she was sort of up for talking about anything.
I am thinking the phone calls were rough, because now going back to it, the one call I heard was the guy goes, ask her if she ever did coke off the head of a guy's penis.
Yeah, the callers were pretty rough. But I'm glad you liked it, Shane.
Well, the thing is, I'm only 29 years old. What can I say? I watched a lot of Brady shows on the reruns. I'm pretty sure they're still rerunning now. I watched them when I was between 10 and 18 years old. And so I know exactly what she looked like. But I'm pretty interested because I want to go on howardstern.com, which I do every night, and do a recap, and just to see what she kind of looks like. Could you actually... can you give us specific details on exactly, did she look pretty good for being the age that she is?
She looked very good. The thing with her that she's never going to be able to live down is that everybody's memory of her is from 12 to 18, and she's just not 18 years old anymore. She's 53. But I think she looks good. Again, I think she's got a really, really beautiful face. I said she probably could have stand to lose a couple of pounds, but she's already lost a bunch of weight. She looks better than she did when she went on Celebrity Fit Club. She's thinner.
I agree with that. And you can see that 18-year-old in her 52-year-old face.
But she's not 18 anymore, and that's the person I think everyone's expecting to see.
She sounds like she has a great personality to her. It's one of those likable personalities that you could just catch on to, you know?
Agreed. She had a great personality. Thank you for your call. I also like when she was talking about the other Bradys, and I knew she wasn't talking to Eve Plum, who played Jan, but I didn't know why.
Yeah, that's a weird thing.
Yeah, like she implied, she told a joke about kissing Jan. The next thing you know, she's not speaking to her ever again.
Well, she said she's told a joke, but then in blurbs about the new book coming out, it says that there were lesbian experiences between the two of them.
It does?
In blurbs. I don't know if someone misread
because
the book.
read the book and nobody saw that.
Well, Will or Steve can get down here and talk about that.
You know, it's interesting. I go up to, a lot of times in the summer, I didn't this past summer, but I'll go up to Cape Cod in the summer. In the town of Chatham, there's a little art gallery, and Eve Plum does a showing of her art every year. And whenever I go in, I look at it, I go, it's Jan Brady's art.
She wearing glasses?
Yeah, she does. Well, I haven't seen her there, but they have pictures of her there. I guess she does. It's out there for the whole summer. She's got her glasses on.
And Gary and I were talking about the different things that Maureen would talk about. Here's a clip of the interview, if you missed it, her talking about how she's actually interested or was interested in black guys.
You went out with Michael Jackson. We know why he didn't put any moves on you.
Right.
It's pretty obvious.
Right.
No, nothing happened, huh?
Yeah.
With Michael, no.
Yeah.
No.
Not even a kiss?
Yeah, a kiss on the cheek.
Oh, boy.
Was she your only black man, or did you have sex with black guys?
I actually was really attracted to black men.
How many black guys?
Who knew Marsha Brady?
How many black?
Yeah.
Now there's an
I
episode.
was attracted to just I don't know. I was, really into lots of different types.
Wouldn't it have been great if they did the Brady Bunch reunion and it's like you banging black guys?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For coke.
That's what I always
It would be.
By the way, I thought Robin was being not insulting, but Robin was really jabbing her. At one point when they asked Maureen who she was voting for president, she was like, well, I'm leaning towards the person I don't want to say. And Robin goes, yeah, I'm sure Marsha Brady's vote moves a lot of people.
It's John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
On Monday's wrap-up show, I talked about two of my favorite comedians in the whole world. No, I'm not talking about Sal and Richard. I'm talking about Cheech and Chong.
The comedy duo that reunited and were the featured guest on today's show, and I'd be referring to Cheech and Chong.
Boy, I got to tell you, I don't know if it's an age thing, but for me, having Cheech and Chong on is like what it must have been like for my parents to see Martin and Lewis. I mean, they are such the quintessential comedians of that kind for my age, not as a live act, but their records. And John and I were talking about how Richard had put up a bunch of sound bites of Cheech and Chong this morning, and we sort of laughed because I thought they were sort of the unfunnier ones of Cheech and Chong. And I think that Richard, who's such a huge fan of them, knows them more from the movies. And if you're older, you know them more from their records.
Right. There are definitely two types of Cheech and Chong fans. Gary and I were talking about like Sister Mary Elephant and the
Dave's Not Here
and the other radio clips. And Richard was put up movie stuff,
Right.
stuff from movies. But of course, Cheech and Chong is Richard's favorite comedy duo, or at least Richard was accused that it was his favorite for today.
Exactly. But, Richard, of course, wore a Cheech and Chong shirt, which was really funny. I was saying, I've been listening to Cheech and Chong, so I started getting into them so young that I got the album Big Bamboo, and I had no idea what the paper inside was for. It came with a giant rolling paper. I didn't even know what that was about.
If you don't know their earlier stuff, there's a thing called Cheech and Chong's Greatest Hit, HIT, and that's got a lot of their classic bits if you want to familiarize yourself with them.
The Yellow Album, Cheech and Chong, the Yellow Album, and Big Bamboo are maybe two of the funniest comedy records ever made.
Well, now joining us is Cheech and Chong's biggest fan, as evidenced by his iron-on T-shirt, Richard Christie. Richard, you've been accused of having too many favorites. Are you offended by that?
No. I mean, I like a lot of stuff. I'm sorry. I like a lot of things, and
but you have to your favorite really has to be narrowed down to like 11.
Okay, well, I mean, for me, the only other two guys, like comedy duo that could have came in that I really flipped out on would have been the McKenzie brothers. But I don't think they're going to get back together.
Richard hovers around my office when there's a guest that he really likes because he wants to go in, and I'd like to let him go in, but he's got to have something to say. So he went in to ask them if they were going to make another movie. That was a good question. Then he's hovering around my office and he goes, should I go in and ask them if they feel ripped off by the McKenzie brothers? I was like, nobody cares, Richard. That's the McKenzie brothers.
John cares.
People in Canada don't give a shit.
I love the McKenzie brothers.
Oh, they're awesome. By the way, I do love the Cheech and Chong albums, too. I have all the albums. I have Big Bamboo with the rolling paper still in it, the huge rolling paper.
Do you think everything's cool between those two? There seems to be some kind of tension there.
I think that they sort of have it together more now. It's hard to tell. I mean, I don't know them, but they're not acting any different than when they were on our TV show in 1992. I mean, they're sort of like, they've been around, they've seen a lot. What are you going to tell them? But they seem to get along. I mean, here's the interesting thing. They came in, the two of them, and Cheech's girlfriend, is that? Fiance. And nobody else, no PR people. So they clearly hang together. There was nobody, a PR person or anything.
Did the fiance just stroll in?
That was, that's a weird thing. When you watch it on Howard TV, we got to talk about this a lot. People feel very comfortable with the show. In other words, if you were on the Letterman show, you would go out on a Letterman show and you wouldn't bring, your grandmother, your fiance, an aunt, a good friend. But people bring people into the studio. So she caught me off guard. They just walked her into the studio. And it's uncomfortable to say, I've done it to people before where you put the hand up and say you have to wait here, because then while somebody's coming in and Howard's introducing them, there's that uncomfortable thing like, you're leaving them at the wall, at the Berlin Wall. You can come across, but you can't.
Lucky for you, though, she had a great accent, so she ended up being good on the radio.
The only reason I didn't mind her coming in because I knew we were going to get to her sooner or later anyway.
And Benji, did you sense any tension there?
Between Cheech and Chong?
Yeah.
To me, it seemed hyped. I didn't feel, but Gary says he feels it like...
No, I didn't say I felt any tension.
Oh, I thought you did.
No. I'm saying that they're two guys that have just been together a long time.
That's how I think. I think it's just like people here. They work together, and I think they're buddies, and they're work buddies.
All right, if you missed it, here's a little bit of Cheech and Chong talking to Howard.
You're telling me Tommy said to you, I'm not getting back together the Cheech and Chong thing unless my wife can open for us.
Well, not in so many words, but yeah.
But
Tommy,
has to travel with his wife.
You were anxious to get back together with Cheech all these years. You would have blown it just for your wife like that?
Oh, yeah.
Why? Is that fair to Cheech, though?
I don't care.
Enter into it.
I don't care about Cheech. Come on. My wife never left me. She stayed with me.
There's definitely some bitterness there.
Does his wife do stand-up or sing? What does she do to
I don't know.
show?
I wasn't sure. Oh, no, I think Cheech said that she has some chops, but I wasn't sure if it was singing or
and she's
comedy.
in some of their movies. She's really funny. She's in Corsican Brothers. She's in a movie Chong did called Far Out Man, after they Cheech and Chong broke up. But she's funny in the movies, so I'm sure she's probably funny on stage.
But you'll agree that's a bizarre rider to have the wife do 20 or 30 minutes before any performance.
It's a totally bizarre writer to have unless your name's Jackie Martling.
But if you're a big fan of Cheech and Chong, I think you might get a kick out of that for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But inevitably she has to have talent, or people aren't going to put up for that. And nobody's ever emailed me and said, "Oh my God, whoever opens sucks." So she must be good at whatever it is she does.
By the way, did you guys notice too? Chong was breathing really heavy.
Yeah,
I was thinking that the pot smoking must be catching up.
Well, first of all, I was shocked to find out that I knew they were older. I was shocked to find out that he's 70.
Yeah, 70 years old.
I mean, he was in his mid or late 30s when they got really big, I think, because he had a big musical career before, too.
Yeah, I thought that was weird. The question that I asked him about that movie with Eric Roberts, he sort of brushed it off like it was no big deal. That was a movie that just came over the transom, he said. But everybody who's a fan, like Richard, I bounced it off of Richard first. We both saw that as a Cheech and Chong movie without Chong, with a guy stepping in for Chong. But I guess Chong didn't seem to care.
Yeah, and I thought it was not ironic, but surprising that it was the music that brought them back together, not the comedy. Now, some people are saying in the back, how can you be a big Cheech and Chong fan without ever getting stoned? Like, I know weed just isn't your thing.
Well, it was kind of a thing where in high school and junior high, me and my best friend Scott, we kind of modeled our lives after Cheech and Chong. That was our idols. We'd get together at his dad's house every weekend, watch Cheech and Chong movies and watch Strange Brew. We also idolized the McKenzie brothers. And we always said when we graduate high school, we're going to move to East L.A., we're going to get a house just like in Cheech and Chong's next movie and just live the lives of Cheech and Chong. We just admired them so much, and it wasn't even about pot. It was just they had so much fun and they were such cool guys.
But you admired them so much, and you're moving and all this other stuff. You're telling me you never tried to get high based on everything that they've done?
I did. In high school, I dabbled in grass a little bit and just...
What is this, Dragnet? I dabbled in grass?
And the only fun I ever had on it, because it just made me sleepy, and made me cough. But one time a friend of mine had a black light and his teeth were green, and I laughed for about an hour at that. But other than that, it didn't do much. Yeah, it looked like Gary, but it didn't do much for me.
Hey, it's Sal, and on Tuesday's wrap-up show, we discussed me finally going out to dinner with the great Howard Stern. And I promise you, I'm going to be on my best behavior. So check it out.
We should start off with the hot topic in the office, and that's this dinner that Howard proposed. And if you didn't hear it, I'll set it up. Beth apparently got invited to a birthday party, but it's a girls' night out, which Howard took offense to, I guess. And so to retaliate, he decided to have a night out with the guys, but he didn't want it to be the typical crew that he goes out with. He said he wanted to reward some of the people who work here.
Right.
So he immediately asked Artie, and then they sort of picked and chose and went through almost everybody on the staff with a couple of exceptions.
Well, let me ask you a question. Originally, it didn't start out with rewarding people here. Originally, it started out with putting a crew together that would make Beth jealous.
Correct.
And that didn't work.
Correct.
Artie and Tim Sabian weren't cutting it.
Right.
So then it went to, okay, so let's reward some of the people here who don't usually get to go out.
Well, I think JD was always part of the mix,
right?
Regardless of whatever the makeup was. But he went through everybody with a couple notable exceptions. One is Scott, the engineer, who was very upset at not being included and said he's permanently on the do not invite list. But the other person who didn't get any consideration, Gary, was you.
Yes, I did notice that. Well, Howard brushed it off quickly, and he goes, Gary gets invited to a lot of stuff, which is true, which is fine. And if you were being true to what you were doing for this dinner, I'd feel fine. But Artie gets to go to everything. So in other words, Artie's immediately a slam dunk to go. And then Fred, who works in the studio, is going. And then all of a sudden Benji's going. And then I realize I'm the only person that works in the studio that's not going.
Was that an out of sight, out of mind kind of thing?
No, because my name came up a couple of times. Howard's like, Gary gets to go to enough stuff.
And do you think that's fair?
Well, it's fair if you were going to take out Richard and Sal and Will and Jason, then it's fair. But I'm not. Listen, fair. I won't say fair or not fair because it's not that big a deal. And I'm also out of town on Thursday night anyway because I'm going to Vegas. But don't use the I'm going to reward some people card, then immediately invite Artie and Fred.
Right, but you still would have. I'm sure you.
It's always nice to be considered.
Right, you want the opportunity to say no.
Again, I don't mind it as much because I get invited to a lot of stuff, but I know that this is always a great bit for the show because it really shows you your standing in the organization. I know there's people that sit out there waiting for their name to come by, and it comes by, and depending on how much consideration they get, it's telling.
Now, Benji, you were in, you were out. Are you in the final crew?
I don't know. And it does, I said I don't care, I don't give a fuck. But I do, but I hate that I give a fuck.
But why? But it's human nature. Of course you care.
Because it's completely he has the velvet rope. It's just a popularity thing.
Right, so you want to be popular. What's wrong with that?
I don't like that aspect. I wish I could be above that and not give a fuck about that.
What are you, Gandhi?
I don't know.
I think everybody wants to be included to a certain extent.
Yeah, but you shouldn't. Beyond the fact of one, the popularity, two, it has like political influence at work. I'm not any more attracted to going out with Howard than I am like going out with like a night out with JD or anyone here. I'd like to get to know a lot of people better on like a one-on-one type thing. And I hate that I give a fuck about the popularity at the moment.
Okay, now a surprise choice was Sal, and Sal actually turned down an opportunity originally when Howard was talking about bringing Richard. Sal was like, "Nah, it's okay. Richard can go. I'm cool." But Sal, you did get invited.
Congratulations! It's going to send you on a spending spree at Bumble, whatever, where you get
Bumble and Bumble,
where you get your cosmetics.
Yeah, Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But were you surprised that you got the invite?
Yeah, I guess I was, because he's made it perfectly clear every day that he does not want me at any private event with him.
Well, no. He didn't say he doesn't want you at any private
after
event.
The wedding, he said it. He said his birthday came up, and Robin said, "Would I be there?" He says, "No, Sal will not be at anything, any events in the future." And I know he jokes around about that, and that's fine.
I think you're better suited to an all-male outing.
Well,
you know what I mean?
I don't know.
I think when there's couples involved and there's more of a classy event, I think there's more of a fear that you might do something weird.
Yeah. Well, is this going to be classy or?
Well, yeah. It's going to be a nice restaurant.
All right.
So
hey, can I ask you? I heard a story about you. I wonder if it's true. Is it true that you went to a nice restaurant with Jason and the guys, and you took a piece of ketchup and put it on your forehead and started imitating the Indian waiter?
Ketchup? I don't remember
or
that.
Mustard or something.
No, I think we were at Del Frisco, and I
Nice
put
place.
the napkin. I made a turban around my head, but I had a few in me, and it was just a joke.
Right. So could something like that happen?
No, not around Howard.
Everything's just a joke.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna. Yeah, you know what I'll do? Maybe I'll get some ketchup and make a Hitler mustache and do Hail Hitler in front of
Was there
Howard
like an
all night.
Indian waiter?
That's not what I will do.
What was there like an Indian in the vicinity that you were kind of?
No, I don't recall.
I
We just,
remember. He was just being stupid.
Yeah, we were just having fun. I mean, it's just so funny how in a private environment it's so funny, but in front of these microphones, it's all of a sudden the worst possible thing, the most unethical, the most ridiculous, the most racist, the most awful thing in the world. Yet these same people, these great people that I love around me in that same environment, are laughing their balls off at that moment.
Who besides you do you know that does stuff like that?
My Uncle Don.
Okay. but I mean, in other words, Jason...
And he doesn't have to go to a radio show in the morning and explain why he used a certain word in a certain way. You know what I mean? He's got the free pass. He's got it made.
What's the free pass?
The free pass is you could do stuff without getting your balls broken by people who really do find it entertaining, but said, "Hey, you know what? This could be kind of fun by giving this guy a dig and breaking his balls."
Sal, you said
I know it's one ball breaking environment, but sometimes things go a little too far.
You said something very telling just before. You said, "No, I know what I'm going to do. I won't do that." What is? You have it planned out in your head how you're going to act at this thing already?
I'm going to act like a civil human being. I'm going to sit down.
But that's not you.
Yeah, it is.
No, I mean...
At Will's wedding, I was a civil human
But I
being.
mean, you want to have fun. I'm not saying you have to be uncivilized. Can you have fun and still control yourself from doing something wacky? Because, you don't want to go there and sit on your hands, right?
No.
I mean, it's a fun night. Like, it's you and...
Listen, Howard's definition of fun off the air versus fun on the air are two totally
what do you
different
mean?
things. Off the air, Howard likes to relax, so I'm gonna go with the flow of the table, like anything else. If a bunch of guys are there and it's a quiet, calm night where a good conversation is being engaged, that's what I'll go with. I'm not gonna go there and start slapping my balls in the ice water. I'm just gonna have a nice time, and I also know, that this is Howard's invitation. So let Howard decide. He's the host of the dinner. So I'll let him decide. How the flow should go. I'm going to shut my mouth and have a nice time with Howard. That's basically it.
How many guys have to put the dot in their head before you do?
4 or 5 if they want. If I went out to dinner one time with Howard when we first started working here, Richard and myself, we had a phenomenal dinner. We had a really, really great time, and and some great ideas came out of that dinner as well.
But that was early on. That was pre your antics. You know what I mean? In other words,
yes.
You were on sort of like on your best behavior.
Yeah. And look, this is a dinner. I mean, we're not going to Ringling Brothers. We're going to sit down, take out a knife and fork, put it in your mouth, talk a little bit, have a few laughs, and go home like gentlemen. That's the night.
Why did you suggest going out to get a couple dances afterwards?
Because we're men. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm not saying there is. I just want to know what prompted you to, why suggest that?
Why not? Why not?
Well, I thought you were going to follow Howard's lead on the night. And Howard's not going to do that.
Well, you never know. You get a couple of drinks in you, all of a sudden you start thinking differently. The road to hell was paved with bad intentions, my friend, and bad intentions are created by alcohol.
I thought the road was paved with good intentions.
Oh, was it?
There's 2 roads.
Not Sal's.
Well, no, whatever the case. However it goes, we're paving a road to Rick's. That's all I know.
Hey, on Wednesday's wrap-up show, we talked about Robin's sex life, or lack thereof, and somebody posed the question, who would you rather bang, Lisa G or Robin? I picked Robin personally because she looks way more experienced than Lisa, and I have a feeling she could teach me some new things. But quite frankly, I don't think I am anywhere near man enough for her. I think she would laugh at me and kick me out of her bed. So check it out.
We should start off with the news person of the show, Robin Quivers, and her many, apparently, or her current young love. And as you said, Garrett, it's sort of chipping away, and Robin is starting to give up more and more about what's going on with this guy.
It's a process. It is a process. It's like getting, a big piece of clay, and we're trying to develop it into the Michelangelo's David. But Howard's great at getting stuff. And Robin, listen, Robin's not stupid. She works on the show, and she realizes, as time goes on, she's sort of got to give it up. But as time goes on, the relationship becomes more interesting.
Now, she was in denial about some sex stuff, right, Jason? Like, what's the deal with that?
Well, Gary had brought up the point that she had said, multiple times on the air that she was looking to date a younger guy when she broke up with Mr. X. And, so we looked it up in the log, and there's certainly many occasions where she was talking about how she wanted, someone really young, someone inappropriately young. She did flat out say, I want to bang someone inappropriately.
And Robin's
so now she's clinging to that.
She's playing this very wisely. She said, I said I want to date a young guy. I never said I wanted to bang a young guy.
What's the truth?
Well, no, but we just want to listen. Robin
is not looking to hold hands with a young dude. Okay, I mean, what's the point of hanging out with a 20-year-old dude? What, you want to get to know him? I don't think so.
Robin's, in the grand scheme of the young old thing, Robin's a relatively young woman. It's not like she's 80 and she's looking to have arm candy on her arm. She's fucking looking good, and she's still got needs. Whatever you want to call them.
All right, so those needs get fulfilled, let's say, or don't they get fulfilled? Like, does she keep coming back for more? Is that what's going on here?
Coming back for more why?
Well, being with whoever she is with now, or, she speculated on that a long time ago.
Robin clearly doesn't like to talk about her sex life.
Which is awesome.
Because, it took her like 7 months to admit that she slept with Jimmy Florentine, and I'm still not 100% sure if she admitted she slept with Jimmy Florentine.
I don't think she ever admitted that.
Yeah, so here's the deal. Robin is a beautiful, sexy woman. She is banging. She's not dating a guy and not banging, and I'll just leave it at that.
No, but I think that Robin probably is having relations with the guy, but she doesn't see it as banging. See, that's the difference.
What do you mean?
In other words, she's dating a gentleman that she's sleeping with, possibly making love with, but she's not banging a guy.
That was my terminology.
So you're just saying she doesn't call it banging, but
right.
I can believe she's not having intercourse with him yet.
This guy, yes. Possible, depending, because she said they've only been on 2 or 3 days.
Other guys know?
I'm saying that Robin is acting like she's a virgin. Not acting. She doesn't want to talk about her sex life. I believe that in the 2.5 years since she's been broken up with Mr. X, I'm sure she's had sex. I hope she's had sex. But she's just not talking about it.
See, that's what I like, the fact that Robin isn't willing to talk about her sex life. If Robin was one of those women, like if she came on and she wanted to give us every detail every time, it would get sort of boring quickly. I love that you got to pull it out of her, and I love that she doesn't want to just give it up.
I agree, but to a point, when she's dating Jim Florentine for 8 months and still won't admit she's having sex with him, it's just annoying.
I look at Robin more like a sister. You know what I mean? And
she's everybody's sister.
No, I really do. I look at Robin like a sister.
But
such an asshole.
She's a sister, of course. That's a bad example.
Quiet. I look at Robin more like a sister, and while I do understand that my sister is grown and does have sex, I don't want to know every dirty detail, and I don't want to think my sister's a whore. So I love the way Robin handles it on the air.
I don't look at Robin as a sister, so I'd like to hear all the sexy details.
Are you into Robin?
Am I into Robin?
Yeah.
She's very attractive, and she's very sexual. Howard was talking on the other day that there's some chicks that even though they're pretty, they're not sexual. Robin is sexual. Like, Robin definitely has a sexual vibe from her. So when I look at her, I don't think of her as non-sexual like a sister. I look at her as a sexual person. Absolutely.
Have you ever fantasized about her?
No. That's the truth.
Never?
I tell you. No, never have.
Just don't say anything, Sal.
I've never fantasized
Jace, that's
about
hard
her.
to believe you're sexually attracted to her then.
Look, I'm not. No. I think you're missing my point. I'm not saying that I'm sitting here jonesing over Robin. What I'm saying is that she is a sexual person. I don't look at her like my sister. Doesn't mean I'm going home and jerking off to her either. I just think that she, especially now with her weight loss and her new outfits and everything, she's been looking very good. She's clearly a sexual being, and so Gary says he looks at her like a sister. When I don't have a sister, but I'm assuming you don't look at your sister in a sexual way at all.
Well, how do you look at your brother? You look at his brother
very
sexual?
Okay. I'm very into my
you
brothers.
You got to say, when I started working with this whole gang, I was a little kid who lived at home with my mommy and daddy, And so that's how long I've known Robin. I'm not saying that I can't think about Robin that way. I just don't.
Right. I mean, like, and I like you a lot, Lisa G, but I don't look at Lisa as a sexual person.
Have you ever fantasized about Lisa?
No, I don't think so. No, the answer is no.
You mean, Gary, Robin has never grazed your mind
Never.
when you've been tossing one off?
No, I could really be honest. She
Even
never has.
accidentally, it doesn't like pop in. You decide not to do it.
No. I mean, it really just, it's a weird thing. I would tell you in a minute. Listen, I got in trouble once. I admitted to jerking off to an intern. I'll tell you any of that. But it just hasn't happened.
I don't think you like black women.
That is so not true.
I've never heard you discuss them. I don't think you're attracted to them.
I totally am.
Are you?
Listen, I don't have like like some people we know, like a
fetish?
Like a fetish, like where some guys are only. But there's many black women that I find very attractive.
Have you ever slept with a black woman?
No, I haven't, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
Benji, have you?
I think black women aren't interested in me.
Have you fantasized about Robin?
I know I've had a sexual dream about her. I wrote it up once, like a real intricate sexual dream. And I think it's popped in my head before.
What about Lisa G?
Yeah, definitely. Like, definitely have a couple weeks ago, actually.
Really?
Yeah, I just but anyone that's at all attractive, I mean, at some point they go through my head.
How about you, Sal?
What? Robin, absolutely. I would love to have crazy, wild, filthy, stretch-out sex with Robin.
Now, was this... wait. Before you get to Lisa, was this with Robin before you worked here, like when you were a listener, or once you met? Like, how did that work?
I would say both, And Lisa G, definitely. I would love to, just have crazy, wild-on, filthy, smelly sex with Lisa G.
Well, Jason says that Lisa really isn't sexual at all. Is that what appeals to you? That you can kind of
you're going to turn her into a whore.
Exactly.
No, that would be my fantasy. But let me ask you guys this, Gary, Robin or Lisa G. If you had to choose one to bang, who would it be?
Probably Lisa G.
And you, Benji?
If you're talking about for the show notoriety wise, Robin. But purely, I'm hungry for it, Lisa G.
Jason?
This is an interesting question because I think if I'm with Lisa G, I'm in charge, and if I'm with Robin, she's in charge. And
doesn't have to be that way.
I don't think I'd have a choice with Robin, at least. But I don't know if I'm man enough for Robin, so I'd go. Nah, you know what? Fuck it, I'll go Robin, dude. How about you? You know what? I don't want to have to. I've never been with an older, experienced woman, and not that Robin's older, but I have a feeling she's more experienced than Lisa.
Would you rather take care of Robin's cats or Lisa G?
But how about you, John? How about you?
What?
If you had to bang one, Lisa G or Robin?
Robin.
Really?
No doubt about it.
Wow.
John doesn't like G.
And Teddy?
Both at the same time.
No.
See, for me, the reason why I picked Lisa is, again, Robin's like the sisterly thing, but I knew Lisa back in the day when not only did I want to, I may have even tried to fuck her.
Is there any chance you did?
No, I know I didn't. I remember I used to see her around at a lot of parties. This is like 20 years ago. We would just run into each other a lot. But she always gave up the good girl vibe, and I didn't have that kind of time.
I would love to crisscross her ankles over her neck with her ass propped in the air, so she looks like a turtle bouncing up and down on the mattress.
On Thursday's wrap-up show, we talked about Richard earlier in the day was walking around with diapers, and on the wrap-up show, we found out why he's walking around with diapers and what he's going to do with him at the Coheed and Cambria concert. That's what we're going to find out. Is that what you want?
I can't miss
Has it been brought up what Richard was walking around the hall with, and was that serious?
What do you mean?
I don't know what you're talking about.
In preparation for the concert?
Oh yeah.
I don't think it was brought up on the air.
Because I didn't know if it was a joke or serious. Richard was walking around with diapers today.
No, it's serious.
No, it's not.
Can you please?
Well, I mean, you guys laugh.
Hold on. First, let's set this up right. Benji, what did you see or hear?
I saw Richard in the hall with diapers, and I didn't know if he was joking around or he told me it was to get ready for the concert.
Was he wearing them or
no? He had. I guess I don't know. He just had about 3 or 4 diapers.
All right, here's the deal. So, Howard TV has a big thing of diapers. That they have around here, I guess, for bits and pranks.
You don't
and
need.
stuff.
You don't need to explain.
Okay, but I asked Joe Jordan if I could have like 3 of the diapers. Because I'm going to 3 more Coheed shows, and they're my favorite albums. The last 3 albums by them are my favorite albums by the band, and I'm gonna wear the diapers to the show because I don't want to miss anything.
And you guys did give him a lot of crap about doing it in his pants last time.
Yeah,
So this way he'll be able to take
and
them
it's
off.
totally not a bit. I literally am going to be drinking beer, and I don't want to leave to go to the bathroom. It's not a bit.
Can I suggest something slightly more hygienic? And I'm not kidding around. They make a thing, you see it advertised in sports magazines all the time. It's for guys who go to football games. It's basically like a condom that goes over your dick with a tube, and it goes into a bag that you tie around the bottom of your leg. And that way you're not soiling yourself.
Yeah, but the second somebody moshes into my bag and it explodes, I'm in trouble.
Would you shit in a diaper?
I would not shit in a diaper.
Why? Did you wear it?
That would be hard. I mean, I can try it on the air sometime if
Were
you
you
guys
wearing?
want.
Were you wearing a diaper when we went to see Rush?
No, because there's a few Rush songs that I could take or leave, and that gave me a chance to go to the restroom.
You should just wear one like all the time.
Right.
Think about how much more productive you'd be.
That's true. That's true. And, it's funny. Howard said something on the air the other day about sometimes he's so busy that he doesn't have time to go take a piss.
Yet somehow he finds the time.
But I'm the same way. I'll hold a piss until I literally cannot hold it anymore and then have to leave my office.
Do you know what percentage of the concert goers at a Cobra and Cambria concert would probably wear diapers?
I think I'm the only one. 0.0001.
Would you urinate more than once in the same diaper at that concert?
Probably, yeah. I even looked on the thing, and they're extra absorbent. So.
But Gary, you guys had a contest once where you guys peed in diapers. You peed once in it, and
it expands. It gets like a
super
rock.
heavy,
Yeah,
right?
it gets super heavy. Listen, even if anybody who's having kids, you can pick up your kid who's wearing a diaper. If they peed in it, you could just tell it's heavy and gross.
Do you have like cargo pants or something like to adjust?
And you should
I
get
got tight diesel jeans on, so I
he
don't
should
know
also
how
get
it's gonna work.
what's that stuff called, John? Balmex. You should get Balmex so you don't get a rash. Between your legs.
bomb.
I always wanted to take. We talked about it as a bit. I always want to take you to like a McDonald's and change you on a changing table.
I would do that.
But now, are you going to do the other thing? Like I don't know which the numbers are. Number 2.
Oh no, they just.
You don't know the
asked that,
difference.
yeah.
You don't know the difference between number 1 and number 2.
I always forget.
One's in the front, and 2's in the back.
You're like that caller. He just asked that before.
Oh really?
But number 1, you can get away with. Without people noticing. I think if I was
a grown man
grunting and had a grimace on my face, people would know I'm shitting in my
But during a
pants.
big part of the concert, you could just when everyone's like, yeah!
Honey, the retarded redhead, it looks even more retarded.